Welcome back to ReelQuick, episode 164, a little bit of a bonus episode. We teased it on our episode on Monday that we may be doing a special on season 4 of The Boys. We got The Boys together, and we're going to do exactly that. As always, I am joined alongside my beautiful co-host, Mr. Cam Walsh 27. And today we are joined from two. What is this now? Your third time guesting. We got Alex and we have Sammy, who I think is both their third times.
They're gonna get an Emmy nom this year.
Literally, what the heck?
They give it to everybody at this point on the ReelTok Podcast. As always, shout out to our executive producers, Stefan Niebrick and Stefan Johnson. We appreciate everything all of you guys on Patreon do for us. You guys keep us going, and this means we're able to hop on late night on Wednesday and talk The Boys with a couple of jackasses. So we're just going to get into it. We're going to start spoiler-free thoughts, and then we're going to go kind of episode by episode, but I don't know, loosely. We're not going to break down every episode beat by beat. I kind of have these talking points that we'll discuss, so I'm sure as we talk about one conversation, it'll bleed into the next couple of episodes, and we'll just kind of keep the ball rolling. Cam, we'll start with you. 1, how are you doing? 2, how did you like season 4 of The Boys?
Season 4 of The Boys, I believe, is the weakest. Maybe not. What was that?
Are you gonna say how you are though? You just skipped past.
Yeah, you skipped how you are, man.
I didn't know I wasn't prepared for how I am. I don't know.
This is how we podcast.
We have to ask about.
This is how we
roll. Just a quick, hey man,
I'm fine.
What'd you have
I'm
for
in
dinner?
a darker basement to show that it's nighttime right now. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm having severe FOMO this week from not being in LA with Alex and Sammy J.
Real. They are going to the Soups Deadpool and Wolverine film, which is, I believe, Thursday.
We're so dialed,
dude.
Incredible.
I'm not gonna be able to hear shit in that theater, but it's worth it.
It's gotta sound like the Super Bowl.
Sammy's gonna walk out of that and be like, "Yeah, this was really awesome." At one point, Deadpool showed up, and I didn't hear anything after that moment. Let me
Brother,
recap.
I'm gonna show my age. I'm gonna have to get some hearing aids after that movie.
That will be allowed.
Be at this premiere,
I'm gonna be walking out with the cane.
You're gonna be like the little kids after their parents win the Super Bowl and they've got the headphones on. Because
brother, I expect every car in that vicinity to have no windows. It's gonna be that scene from Transformers when Bumblebee.
Incredible.
4,000.
4,000. Hey, Mammy. Sorry.
Uncle Bobby. Uncle Bobby.
I'm good. The Boys, I think The Boys season 4 is probably the weakest of the seasons, with some of the highest highs though, because I think we'll get into it. Episode 4, maybe it is. Oh, yeah. I'm getting barked at by my dog. That's awesome. Episode 4 is like I think that's a peak episode of The Boys, where Homelander like really just loses his shit and goes absolutely insane. We'll talk about the ending to the season. Obviously, I don't love it as much as most. Like, I think it's good. I think it's similar, which is a complaint of a lot of things. But some people disagree, which we'll get into. But yeah, it's I like Sister Sage. I like Firecracker, not necessarily as people by any means, but like good character introductions into the season. The classic bits of these people are having sex, that The Boys does. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the show itself. The Boys is class. The Boys has classic bits.
What was that? They're just having sex? When did
Remember the episode where they walk in on the guy having sex with himself who creates his duplicates? That's The Boys.
Just so confused.
It just came out of nowhere.
I realized
there are many moments in The Boys where it's like, yeah, these characters are gonna have sex, and it's gonna.
Come to think about it, there was a lot of sex.
It's diabolical.
I didn't think it's fucking diabolical, mate.
Oh, man, don't kill me wife.
Man, took me bloody wife. It took me bloody son.
Here I am for the first time.
This is gonna be a great line.
Someone else go, because I don't want to get into any spoilers.
I
like the show.
We will keep the spoiler thoughts very, very brief, because we do have a lot of talking points as we go through the episodes. We'll move it along to Sammy though. welcome back to the pod. What were your spoiler-free thoughts on season 4 of The Boys?
First and foremost, always good to be back at the ReelTok Podcast. I love it here. It's like a second home at this point. I just fucked up some chicken. Sorry for swearing. It was great. It's delicious, breaded, by the way. Anyway, so that's how I'm doing. Anyway, so my quick thoughts on The Boys season 4. Honestly, I felt like this season was kind of just mucking around in that area where it was just trying to build up. As soon as they announced there was going to be a season 5, I kind of had a feeling this season was just going to kind of be mulling around, just trying to build that momentum up to the end of this series in general. So that's kind of where I got left off for most of this season. It just felt like there was a lot of stretching, I guess you could say, or in terms of like storylines, or I wouldn't say they were forced, but they were definitely like just coming up with things out of thin air for certain characters, trying to get them to, I guess, advance their story, even though their story were already advanced like first 3 seasons and whatnot. So just bare bones, quick, no spoiler thoughts. Yeah, it just felt. I think I'm in agreement with Cam.
A lot of characters at the start of the season feel like they get reset to where we've already been.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of the same shit. Like Cam, you say this a lot. Like it ends the exact same ways it always does. A lot. What was I going to say? I'm in agreement with Cam for the most part. Like this is definitely the weakest of the 4, but it's not like bad. I don't think the Boys is falling off. Yeah, like it's still good. I would just say this is probably the weakest written of the 4, and there's definitely a lot of like conveniences I noticed this season that we'll probably get into as we talk with the podcast. Like there's just too much of like this gets kind of wrapped up and swept under the rug, and honestly there wasn't as many shocking moments as I thought there was going to be, at least compared to the past couple of seasons. I felt like this was kind of tame for the Boys, if you can even say that. I think so. At least in terms of like the grotesqueness stuff, like there's still some fucked up shit. Like you said, the I don't know if this is a spoiler at this point, but the whole human centipede shit was kind of weird. That kind of threw me off. So
yeah, Loki felt like a lot of shock factor rather than like I felt like in previous seasons it was definitely more we're diabolical, we're crazy, but like it felt like the narrative served it well. Like Hero Gasm was a big one that we go back to. Like that was fine. It was not just like, oh, this is something gross for the sake of it. Like it worked within the confines of the story. But like this season, what you were saying, it was tame, but also like gross for the just to be gross.
It definitely veered more towards the source material, where the source material, like this show used to get praised for like advancing or I guess elevating the source material, where the source material was literally just all shock and really no story or character development. It felt like this season was kind of veering more closer to that. I've read those sort. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Don't ever read that. So I guess in a way that's kind of where it's veering towards. But enough. Let me get off my yapping stool here. I'll let Sir Coleman go up next.
Chill. That's why we bring you guys back, because we want to hear you yap. But yeah, Alex, make it quick. We don't want to hear you yap.
I appreciate your yapology there, Sammy. How am I doing? I woke up. That's good enough for me.
Love that. I love that.
Planet Earth. Grateful for the people in my life. I'm currently in LA. Love life right now.
The Escape Pod Mansion.
The Escape Pod house. None of them are here.
The hair looks absolutely stunning. Like,
I love that you say that, because I literally was just like playing basketball. This is like post. Like I definitely smell like shit right now. But yeah, my hair is disgusting. But yeah, so like The Boys season 4. Back to that, the important topic. I think like what you guys were saying. This felt like kind of a filler season. It was a vessel to get to season 5. I think they set up a lot of cool things regarding Homelander specifically, who is the heart and soul of the show, which me saying that sounds very weird considering he's a horrible human being. But like, I like what you said. It's a kind of like a constant repeating of things that we've already been through, specifically with what you said, Sammy, with characters resetting. I'm going to have to call out immediately Frenchie and Kimiko.
Yeah.
Bro,
they were the two
that are the worst.
It's we already did all this. We're going to throw in a random character for Frenchie to like, and then we're gonna end up with Kimiko. I couldn't buy that, but it was definitely like we're gonna do some things so we can just fill out and get to where we want to be in season 5, because I think season 5 is gonna be spectacular. Mm-hmm. I still like this season a lot. I just think, like I said, like you guys have been saying, filler.
You needed this season to kind of get to where
you need it, and I think when we look back at the whole this whole showing, and in all of its context, season 4 is gonna be cool to rewatch. It'll be fine because we'll have the other stuff. But right now, it's kind of like But I do think it does set up some really cool stuff. With you saying how it ends the same with Homelander and they're the gang still trying to get them, I think a little different. Like now we're gonna get into spoilers, but I think it definitely ends in a, darker way. We're not necessarily on top. And Homelander is now in a position of, and now Homelander is in a position of even more power to where like I'm like so interested to see where they go. It's not like last season. I think like it's just like we'll get into it, but yeah, I think it definitely ends in some really cool places.
It is a little different. Like don't get me wrong.
But yeah, it's filler, but like I'm gonna eat it up.
I feel like this season was also like just super predictable and funny enough. Like it's always known for like being a parody on real life, and it's just crazy how real that got the last 2 weeks.
It's gotten even more on the nose. I mean, the commentary on the show has always been like in your face, and it's like some people still don't grasp that. This one is scary how accurate it's getting. It needs to calm down a little bit.
It was like it was a critique, and then it happened in real life. And you're like, oh, okay. Wait,
and sidebar before I finish my yap sesh, Sammy, I don't know if I sent it to you. There is a video of someone clipped Sammy's predictions for the last episode, and they're so on point,
brother,
and accurate. And it is the funniest video. It's like Sammy will be like, yeah, I think someone's going to die, and then someone hits the vine, and it's like, yeah, like bro read the script.
Bro, you want to know what the craziest guess out of my ass was for that? I said, how funny would it be if Kimiko?
No, yeah.
If she said, because I was just thinking, like, what's the first time a character ever speaks? I was like,
tragic moment. Yeah,
Groot. That's an impressive pull.
I was thinking Groot when he says, "I love you guys." I was thinking
Caesar,
and then Caesar because we just watched Planet of the Apes. No. And then she actually said, I mean, in context, it's way different, but that was some shit. Gods.
Yeah. W filler. I'm gonna be there for season 5 every day of the week. I love you, Sukahara.
All right, sweet. I'm pretty much aligned with all of you, so I'll keep my spoiler-free thoughts very quick. Just like Sammy said,
one day, was it worth it?
Yeah, I binged it in 2 days. Don't give myself that much credit, but I binged it very quickly. But just like Sammy said, once season 5 is announced, and then a step further, once you hear that season 5 is the last season, that's where I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna look at this season more as like just a part 1 of a greater 2-part, season ending show. So I'm kind of happy I knew that information before I binged it, because I kind of think I looked at the season with a different lens, because I think I ended maybe a slight bit more positive than you guys. I definitely still think it's the weakest of the boys season, but just like you all said, like that doesn't really say much, because I think the boys has been superb. We'll get into it at the end of this episode on where we rank it among like the all-time great comic book superhero shows, but spoiler alert, for me it's very high. I think this season is great. You kind of get thrown into the mix immediately with that intro to episode 1, and then by the time the season wraps up, you feel like your characters are just at such a completely different phase in this like kill Homelander journey, and it just sets up something so much fun for season 5. But yeah, let's just get into it. I'm not going to waste my time on my spoiler-free thoughts. They're pretty much the same as you guys.
Hive mind.
What's up?
Hive mind.
We're all sheep. Don't worry about it. So I have, like I said, plot points per episode. But again, like I said earlier, we'll start just running through the episodes, and then if we carry on in tangents, that's perfectly fine. I'll kind of remember where we like ended off within the episode, and I'll pull us back in. And it is 10:30 East Coast time for myself and Cam, so we'll do our best to maybe keep every episode to like 10 to 15 minute discussions. I'm sure tangents will go all over the place, but the two of us gotta work in the morning. But let's just get into it. So the season opens, I believe it's about 6 months after the end of season 3. Victoria Newman is pretty much entirely, or not entirely, but she's at the beck and call of Homelander. She is kind of her pawn. So episode 1 opens up just riveting right into the action. The boys are going to, I believe it was just like a campaign trail affair that they had.
It's the vice presidency. Like, didn't he get elected?
Yes,
he got elected to president, and she was the vice president.
Right. So they're at their, I guess, celebration party, and the boys go into, assassinate Victoria Newman as they would in The Boys. And this is my favorite, I think, just like intro scene of any season, when Victoria's daughter's face opens up with those tentacles, and just, dude, that was like the 3rd scene of this entire show, and I was like, wow, we are so fucking back. Just the most ridiculous, because we didn't know that at the end of season 3, right? Like what she could do.
She gave her daughter the compound V,
Yeah, we knew that, but we didn't know what the power was, right?
Yeah, we didn't know the power.
Okay, yeah, that was such a hilarious reveal because I'm pretty sure it was season 3 was the opener was like when they climbed into the gentleman's rectum and like expanded himself. I think this is funnier. This is funnier that this little girl
molds like 3 security guys, right? Like she takes out like and it's disgusting, and then she also takes out Kimiko.
The opening of season 3 was more just like, hey, we're gonna just
we're back
wild right now. Like this actually had something going on. I feel like had some progression to it.
Yeah, this was like, okay, we're back into the boys. Shocking, gruesome, hilarious bit that they do. But this also gives you kind of like a little bit more of a look at like who Victoria Newman is as a person. And obviously I think I was going to wait to talk about this at the end of the season, but like, I think she's just such a unfortunately weakly written character.
Newman?
Yeah. Newman.
I disagree.
I'm kind of, I'm numbing.
Okay.
Taking a little chew out of that one.
All right.
Where you're coming from though.
What are we considering this all spoilers, or are we like not spoiling?
I'm curious. No, I need to see.
Should we even go?
I have opinions on the end of the show,
episode by episode.
Do we want to discuss?
Let's just. I mean, we could just do like.
All right,
let's go ahear and light the scandal, baby. I want to hear what you have to say. I need to hear what you have to say about Victoria.
We're gonna throw. I mean, the spoiler tag is over. I didn't turn it on, but it's there. I'm not gonna lean forward, but spoilers. So we might spoil something in the end in 5 minutes. Okay, we're just here. She gets clipped at the end of this season.
Horrible character death, I think. Silly.
Horrible.
But I agree. Like
even regardless, she gets clipped at a point in her like arc, I guess, where I was most interested. Like that is where I am like most interested with what was going on, because the entire show, which completely understandable, is her entire purpose is just to be a pawn, whether it's for the boys or whether it's for Homelander. And she kind of just goes through this season like just that one-dimensional pawn, and then just as her arc was getting good at the end, when she like truly goes to the boys for like protection, that's when I was most interested, and then that's when like she dies.
I think that's why it's perfect though, low key. Like she like finally like accepts the help of the boys, or like decides to stop being like Homelander's pawn or whatever.
I think she's
by making that big decision and trying to help her daughter and everything, she ends up paying the price for it. I think it works perfectly for her character. And to be honest,
I just definitely think away like one of the more interesting characters.
Yeah, but she's very interesting. I don't know. Yeah,
like a soup that is so high up that doesn't want to be known as a soup and is still like manipulating behind the scenes. Like, I think she's one of the more interesting characters. I think it was silly to kill her off from a story perspective.
I agree. I think it was like really abrupt. Like it just felt like
the way it
didn't feel climactic.
It didn't feel anticlimactic, I guess would be the word for it. But also I feel like the writing was on the wall for her as soon as they introduced Sage, who isn't a character that's in the comics, and that's the smartest person in the world. And once you start getting into the more political aspects of it, you start realizing like, okay, this is kind of leading towards it's either going to be Homelander or Newman that's kind of in control. At no point in this show did you ever think that Singer was going to actually end up being the president. Like that dude was either going to get offed or something. Yeah. So I think at that point, once they realized like, okay, we have Sage, this incredibly like intelligent person on the planet that can kind of pull the strings, who's an original character. I kind of lost my train of thought. But at that point, it's kind of like you have to make a decision between if you want Newman or Homelander. And at that point, it's like, well, obviously they're not going to kill off Homelander. He's kind of what makes the show what it is. But also in killing Newman, you kind of set up a lot of interesting things for next season in regards to like Stan Edgar, her daughter, and how that kind of all ties into Gen V too. So, I think while it was abrupt, I think it makes a lot of sense the way it happened. It didn't feel earned, and it was really anticlimactic.
How connected do you think Gen V season 2 will be to the boys?
I think it's going to be very, because like her daughter's going to Red River, right? And that's I'm pretty sure in Gen V when Victoria's talking to Marie Moreau, who is very absent from this. We're
real quick. That's going to be a big missed opportunity though. Like not seeing that relationship.
There were like we obviously got recurring Gen V characters like Sam and Kate, but we didn't get Marie Moreau, which was the main character of Gen V in the season 1. And I really thought like she ties in perfectly with Victoria, and I think her daughter Lee said she's a big fan.
I wonder if they wanted to cut Newman out because she has the same powers.
She's the same as Marie, basically.
Another thing. Yeah,
I think it advances Marie's character, because if they don't put her in season 2, like her trying to help Zoe, I'd be like, that's such a missed opportunity, honestly. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Sorry,
yeah, that's a good point, Cam. That's a real good point.
I do think, like, just on like what we talked earlier, maybe to get off Newman a little bit, stay in the. We don't have to go episode by episode per se, but I think like this specifically, they just we talked it originally. Kimiko and Frenchie are just so dumbed down to the point that they were at like season 1.5. It felt like Kimiko not necessarily as bad, but like she's just like. It's very classic. I feel like this is such a trope of like hero who used to kill is now like questioning everything they've done or things like that. And they can't be with anyone because of what they've done in their past. And this to me, their storylines felt like the most tropey that this show gets. Mm-hmm. And I didn't love it.
And then just magically cleaned.
It was
and then it just kind of gets swept under the rug. You never see those characters ever again, and it's just like it felt like they retconned a lot too. Well, not in Frenchie's case, but for Kimiko, it's like all of a sudden, she was this killing machine at the place that she didn't love, and supposedly she didn't tell her brother and all that. So that was kind of weird. I
don't know why. Like they never give Kimiko enough time for her backstory, and I find it so interesting too. And it's annoying that they don't do it. They gave her like maybe 5 minutes an episode, like to randomly just show a flashback or something. And back to the Kimiko Frenchie thing, I found it so annoying that like he checks himself in to prison, and then an episode later, look who we got out.
Yeah.
That could have been a great episode.
I don't get to see any of him in prison, like with his thoughts of like, oh shit, like I don't get to see him like his personal growth in that.
And it felt like by episode 8, right? That's the final one. He's like, he's not even thinking about it anymore.
Yeah, and after that, he's like, okay, I'll make this virus. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
he's
like the whole Kimiko thing. Kimiko starts off like episode 1 or whatever, like saying like, I'll always love you as a friend or something. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You what? I got fit. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, no.
They got Targaryen real quick in there, though. I like that.
Went through.
Even off Kimiko and Frenchie, this was like the season of like emotional subplots, because you also had the thing with Huey and his dad and his mom, which like I don't know about you guys, I just did not care at all. Like I don't know if it wasn't because I didn't care about like the relationship between Human and Simon Pegg's great. But, like I don't think the show built up enough of a fantastic relationship between Huey and his dad outside of season 1 to make me care about like Huey eventually having to put it down.
Yeah, that I think I'm with you on that one too, George. Like that one also felt kind of like, oh, his dad has a stroke. He has to kind of deal with. I think the whole point was just for him to have to deal with like loss.
Like actual real world stuff.
Well, I think it's kind of. I don't want to get like. It's probably going to be foreshadowing stuff that happens in season 5 too. Like, just based off what I know in the comics. Go ahead, Cam. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
No, that's fine. I just feel like this season itself felt like they had a plan of. We need Homelander to get in office. We need, say Victoria Newman to die. Like, we need Butcher to get to this point. We have 4.5 episodes. What are we going to do for the 3.5 that we have to do to get it to 8 episodes? Like, what can we throw in?
Yeah.
Can we get Huey and an emotional arc with his family that he's never gotten? Can we get a little more backstory on Kimiko and Frenchie? Maybe. And it felt like they had the bones. They just didn't have the filling around it to add to these stories almost. And they kind of throw them in because a lot of these, like, when does his dad die? Is it episode 6?
It's episode 6 or 7.
5 or 6. I think it's 5, right?
It's 5. And then because by episode 6, he's assaulted by Tech Knight and
let's
talk about let's quickly 7. It just feels like Huey's like back to he's fine, like it feels like he's back. So it feels like they had episodes 7 and 8 and they were like, we're gonna nail these. They had episodes 1, 4 and whatever, they're gonna nail those, but then these small other parts, they're like, can we just make an episode here of Huey being sad with his dad? Like it kind of felt like that a little.
All right, but before we move on to side tangents, let's just round up episode 1 real quick, because Cam did just mention episode 1 and that roundup of good episodes, and I really do like the introduction because this episode really sets up a lot. So you mentioned Sage, all-time hilarious text where I thought Sage was a therapist for a hot sec. Homelander immediately starts venting to this woman. I'm like, oh, Homelander's going to therapy. Cool. And then Cam's like, no, dumbass. She's the smartest
like
person in the world.
Character.
So
it fuels his ego. Like the fact that he's
he basically goes to Sage and is basically like, listen, I have fired all the competent people over at Vought, and I've promoted all the dumbasses that are loyal to me, and it's now kind of coming back to bite me in the ass. So he brings on Sage, explains to her, hey, my dream is for a soup run world. And Sage is like, yeah, I can give you that. And I can also tell you how to do that while still remaining positive in the public eye, which is hysterical to drop like that line in this episode after the final scene of season 3 was Homelander lasering a dude in the eyes or in the face and everyone cheering. Like that entirely established like this dude could do whatever he wants. And you kind of see that throughout the rest of this season.
Yeah, there was like a 3-minute trial like in this show.
Yeah, I think the whole point of that, I was questioning that too, because I was going to text you guys. It was such like the episode opened to Homelander basically being like, listen, I could do whatever the fuck I want. Like I just killed a man in public and people cheered for me. Then it cuts to this very interesting 3-minute trial where I think it kind of wanted to bring us back to the mindset like maybe Homelander's not entirely invincible in the eyes of the law. Like we didn't want you to think that early, so we need to throw in this 3-minute trial scene to bring you back to Homelander not entirely like just being this like, god-like figure on Earth.
Yeah. I'm with you. Continue. Sorry.
No, go.
Who's up?
No, I'm
sorry. I was really just about to like join in the fact that like I looked down and I saw Sammy's thing said Glenn Powell and I died. But
it's about time someone acknowledged me.
But no, little details though. Back with the first episode though, when he recruits Sage, I love that he's venting to her because like in the eyes of Homelander, the only person that kind of could get him is the smartest person in the world, and like it's really cool for his like ego and everything. I think it's pretty funny.
Are we talking like? Are we just wrapping it fully into the end? I didn't like her end.
Whose end?
It felt too easy. So I don't like when like you're the smartest person. I feel like this is a little tropey, maybe not. You're the smartest person in the world or whatever, and then it looks like your plan's going to shit, and then everything comes together, and it's like, actually, this was my plan the whole time. I just couldn't tell you everything. In my opinion, as a person watching the show, I'd like them to explain everything happening. Therefore, I know this person's the smartest person of all time, and it just didn't fall in their lap.
Yeah, like, they've obviously done some usual suspects voiceover monologue of all the pieces coming into place. And then I would have been like, okay, sure, I'll let this slide because like making a smartest person in the universe character is like plot hole central. But
it made sense. Like it does bother me slightly, but basically she tells Homelander like, listen, I'll give you this while keeping you, positive in the public eye. And that's exactly what happened. Homelander essentially ended up where he wanted to end up while remaining slightly positive in the public eye. Then like Sage comes in and is like, this has been my plan all along, which like bare bones. Yes, that's been your plan. But like nothing the show did led me to believe that she was the one planting these seeds.
Yeah,
I agree.
It feels closer to like it feels closer to like Kristen Cole accidentally getting promoted at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Her being the smartest person in the world.
He just fell into it because he said the right thing once or twice.
Or maybe not half, but a lot of the things you see, it feels like they get thwarted by like the boys or whoever. Like, what's his name dying at the hands of Butcher, the priest weirdo, the weird priest, Mr. Ezekiel. Yeah, like getting killed. Like that wasn't planned, and like those are the things I guess you can get around, kind of. But like them trying to go into this Firecrackers cat ranch or what is it? Sorry, her RV and like take the shit from her and say, hey, you're a like child predator or whatever. Like those things, obviously you can calculate, but like Butcher having powers, like I refuse to believe she calculated that kind of thing. And it's just a little silly here and there. I don't think it's horrible. It just it felt convenient.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sammy said that in his spoiler-free thought, the convenience thing. It did feel like a couple of plot points came together a little too, okay, this is. I know I'm watching a TV show about superheroes, but this is slightly unbelievable.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the first pretty much like arc of her plan, which I think is just hilarious. Homelander and Sage bring in MM's ex-wife's ex-boyfriend Todd, I believe, and two other diehard Homeland fans. Yeah, and then they were like, beat the shit, like, kill them, just fucking kill you. Thank you. He says, "Thank you for your sacrifice," and just
one of us
kills him.
He does the Bane. One of us needs to die in the wreckage, brother.
One of us has to die in the wreckage, brother.
Which literally.
They'll expect one of us.
They'll expect one of us to die in the wreckage, brother.
That's an impressive bang.
That was
Alex.
good.
That was
off the cuff was crazy.
Cooking. That's incredible.
But yeah, A Train runs the three bodies then to this, Starlight versus Homelander supporters fight, and basically plants them as like, the Starlighters did this, they're pieces of shit, blah blah blah, which is kind of, I guess, like the first part of Sage's plan, which is like, yes, that's the first part of her plan where I was like, awesome, this makes sense. This is what your character should be doing. Like, he recruited you, and you are immediately, you're locked in. Awesome. That's what you do when you get hired for a new job. And then two other things, I guess, in episode 1, Black Noir alive. Some actor dude is playing him.
Souped up
it's the
actor,
same.
dude.
It's the same.
It's
the
funny
same actor from the
funny,
original
funny,
first 3 seasons, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They said they just said you can talk now. That's all they said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It's a different character.
Guy.
Also, we didn't mention, because you said it. What's it called? That also, like, when they kill Todd or whatever, it kickstarts like slowly, but like really puts in motion A Train's like redemption. Like, we really start like, he's looking at them like, what am I really doing here? Like, and which is like the highlight of the season. A Train. We haven't gotten to him yet, but we will.
We'll get to him next episode, so we could just move on. So the only other thing in episode 1 was we're introduced to Joe Kessler, which, on my part, hand in the air, all-time lack of awareness moment that I did not pick up on that.
I didn't pick up till episode
bro didn't know what was going on
when they cut off the leg. I didn't pick up till then. Then it became very clear, but I didn't pick up on it.
So I'm the dumb one. That's cool. So we'll move into episode 2.
I have a belief on we'll get to that in like season 5 predictions. I think I know exactly how it's gonna go in season 5.
Regarding
you got the script,
regarding
you got the
notification. I got the script.
Bro's A Train. He's A Train. He's the leak.
Training A Train.
He's the bot leak.
All right, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, well, let's continue our A Train dialogue real quick. So yeah, Will Ferrell all-time cameo, and A Train and him are making like this fucking Oscar baity, the blind side.
The blind side.
The blind side. Absolutely hilarious.
White savior ass freaking movie. I was like,
the blind side, and you got Will Ferrell dropping lights like swinging yay on them or something. Like, Jesus.
All time hilarious.
He came out of nowhere, and I was like, what the fuck?
Zero clue.
Needed more Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I needed more Will Ferrell. I think we got him later again.
I always like when they bring that director in. I don't know what actor.
He's the ultimate, bro. He's the ultimate. He's the new David Desmelson, bro. He be in everything. He's just like the most random. He was like in Shazam or something. I saw him pop up as like a fucking kid doctor. That guy's just like everything.
That's crazy.
He's like that Alfred Molina meme. I'll do any role. I'm a bit of a slut that way. That's who he is, bro.
All right, so yeah, that like Oscar baity movie that they're making kind of like, I guess, gives A Train a new perspective on life, because he has that encounter with Jesus, who is it? His brother or his stepbrother or someone. And he's basically like, damn, maybe I am a dick. Maybe I have not been a part of the right side of history. So MM basically tries to, I guess, blackmail him into being a spy, but A Train's like, dude, like let me just do it. Like let me be your leak. Let me give the boys some information that'll help. Which eventually leads to that like very quick fight scene between Homelander and the boys and Huey, and A Train steps in, saves Huey. All-time boys moment, I will say, is when There were two moments in this season where I thought of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. The first one was when the sweat dripped and Homelander immediately is like,
of course,
yeah.
And he goes into the vent. It's horrifying.
Are we on?
Yeah. I was like, Raimi would be so fucking proud of this right now.
Episode 3.
No, I think I'm on episode 3 because I just continued my
Okay, I was gonna say we're on. I thought we were on episode 2.
Yeah.
All-time boys moment.
I'll be honest. It's all kind of blended together. So like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the storylines carry.
That's fine. Episode 2 though is where they have the human centipede. And they
they went to the alt-right convention.
The alt-right.
Where we're introduced to this is where we're introduced to Firecracker, and
this is funny because this is when everyone starts tweeting I can change her, and then the next episode it's like I think it was HC Joe, and it's like
she's a predator.
Yeah. So
all time
introduce good-looking character, I can change her, and then predator. Oh, never mind. Hand up, not me. Never mind.
But yeah, that fight ensues with the duplicator. I don't know if he has a name.
Invincible reference?
We'll get to it, but
think, Mark.
Maybe this is a hot take. I think Webweaver's superpower way more disgusting than the duplicator. Dude, I hated Webweaver.
I didn't like Webweaver.
It's the use. It's the use, though.
I didn't like
Webweaver was ass. I'm not gonna lie, but you knew as soon as No Way Home made that fucking joke. Does it come out of your wrists or does it come out anywhere else? The boys were just like,
we're capitalizing on that right now.
What would
say that again?
Say this character is not this weird like sex drug pilled like character. Say he's like a normal guy. How is that? How is shooting it out of your like? What is that?
Actually, how is it helpful? Biologically, anatomically correct for a spider,
useful.
How is it useful as like a superpowered human being spider?
The only time he released it was when Homelander was interrogating him, and he was literally shitting his pants.
And then we saw like the blood go in it. It was like
gross.
Loki, I'd probably do that too. Like, and apparently it smells.
Sure.
Why do they keep doing my man MM like this, bro? The little fart into the web onto his cheek is just unnecessary.
And also, he keeps getting attacked by love sausage. Like, yo,
bro, do you remember what happened to him in Eurogasm? You're right, the love sausage guy.
Dude, I'm so sick of both Huey and MM getting sexually assaulted. Like, stop it, please.
It's not funny, Eric Kripke. Stop.
We can talk about Huey. I think Huey had some rough scenes this season that don't.
Huey,
I think. Sorry,
go, Sammy. You go.
I wanted to pop off something stupid just because I'm a Spider-Man 2 shill and I'd be writing that movie all the time. But I feel like they split Peter Parker's arc in that movie to both Huey and Starlight because she was having I think Alex said this first, but she was having like the web block with her powers.
When did she start having that?
And then Huey's life just sucks. So it's literally Peter Parker and Spider-Man 2.
Also, the fact that you are this shameless to bring Spider-Man 2.
I already said it. The blueprint.
I respect it.
Sam Raimi's the blueprint.
All right, we'll move on to episode 3 quickly, but the last part of episode 2 was we're getting more of Ryan this season, which I actually kind of like. I don't know if you guys ever watched that movie Brightburn, but Ryan is like, it's a bad movie. No, he's not in that, but like his character is essentially just that. He's just shitty. Like, what if Superman grew up with a terrible influence?
Oh no, I saw the movie. I just don't remember anything. So I was like,
it's like Firestarter.
Yeah, it's not good, but I like his little.
I saw that movie.
I like this guy's TikToks too. He's got funny TikToks.
The guy that plays Ryan.
The guy that plays Ryan, the G.
He's often 90% of his TikToks are me about to show my family like this episode, and then it's like the web.
We just watched scene. We just watched the sauna scene.
As
the family,
and it has Homelander's music.
But he's trying. He's trying to begin his little superhero arc. So at the end of episode 2, you see him like training for his first save. But this is also where kind of like his like little arc into like the shitty man begins, because you see how bad of an influencer Homelander is. So he wasn't supposed to kill the perp. Homelander pulls up and says, "Throw him," and Ryan yanks him into a building, which you knew was going to happen.
By the way, can we talk about how Homelander is jealous of his own son? Like, what are we doing? What's going on?
I don't think he likes. I think he realizes that if anyone is gonna challenge him, it's his son. And I love what that does to Homelander's psyche, not only as a father, but as like the strongest, because no one's ever been able to touch Homelander ever. Except maybe like Soldier Boy, you can make an argument for. But like, I think Homelander's realizing also that people are also realizing that, hey, maybe Ryan can battle, or they like.
I like that this season like finally shows you like the saves, right? This is the first time I think we've gotten like a behind the scenes practicing of the saves, and then like showing them that the bank robbing's fake and everything. And when he fucking tosses them and they're all like on Instagram Live. That's what the earth would be like nowadays. We live in hell.
I also love how like we're also saying like we didn't talk about it though, like because I think in the first episode, like is that when also like Homelander like is like pulling like his hair out, the gray hair. Like back to what you said about his son might challenge him, and he's like jealous of that. We get to see like this boy is like McQueen is fading. He's becoming washed. Like maybe he's still the most like super powered hero in the land. Brother is like he's up there. Like Celtic Shack is loading for that brother. He's old and he's washed. And that inner crisis, midlife crisis or whatever of like him like. He's like, it has this perfect image of him in his head, but like that, we get that cool mirror shot, which is like also
another Defoe reference.
Yeah, another Sam Raimi's the greatest of all time, clearly. Goblin reference.
There's no way to do it.
It's really cool. That's a cool part of Homelander's character this season, of him just like,
Is that just get to episode 4, man.
All right. Speaking of home, perfect segue for me because I'm the GOAT.
We're not even done with episode 3. We didn't even start episode 3. Hold on.
That's why I'm saying just get to episode 4.
We are not.
This is the best one.
We are not in it.
Quickly. Okay, so Firecracker joins the 7, and we'll get to it. But same with Sage. Same with Sage. But Sage was earlier in like episode 1 where she replaced Ashley kind of as a CEO, and now. In episode 3, I believe that's where Firecracker starts taking over. Because isn't this where, am I bugging out? I think I'm going back and forth.
No, so they both get in. So in episode 3, they both get introduced as new members of the 7.
Okay.
And then this episode is also where Firecracker has like her 24-hour show, like right outside the Starlight building.
Yeah,
or something.
Her Kendrick Lamar pop out tour.
Was Sage the one that picked Firecracker, right? Because she used her.
Because she's using her to like.
Because like for like 2 seconds, I was like, why the hell did they pick her again? But she's alt-right Jubilee. So like, which we never see her Firecracker powers ever again.
You never see. All she does.
She just snaps at one. Yeah. She snaps at one time.
He's really Jubilee, but ass. Well, Jubilee's.
And then she pulls out a fucking gun at the end.
That is the funniest part of the entire show. I swear to God, that is the funniest moment of the entire show.
It's like
when she's running and she gets tired and just starts shooting people. She's like,
and you want to know why she's tired? Because she's too big. Like she's really killing herself for Homelander for breast milk.
So in this episode, when they go in her trailer, Frenchie finds like the pills that they're taking. I didn't connect the dots, but people did, and that's good. That's good fun writing, right? That's good fun writing. Apparently you can make yourself lactate. Yeah.
It's real too. That's the crazy thing.
All-time great Homelander reaction when he first gets that one shot to the face. All-time great reaction.
Anthony Starr, the best reacting actor.
Best golden ones. The one where he does the stank face towards her coughing.
Oh, it's her coughing.
And he's like,
it's so good.
Yeah, that one's going around on Twitter right now. That one's so funny.
That's literally like every time during COVID.
That, and then you already know the other one.
Yeah, like
side eye.
That is good, man.
Yeah, Anthony Starr might be the greatest of all time. Like honestly, like
facial expressions. Oh my goodness.
When they in this episode, when I like this episode as well. 3 isn't it's not my favorite, but I like this episode when like MM shows up and's like, you're a pedophile, and she's like, fuck it, just send that shit. I'm not gonna lie. That was like, I was like, oh shit, what are we going for here?
All time, I don't give a fuck moment.
She has that classic trope of when someone has like crazy controversy, they become like extremely religious.
Yeah.
Or they become a family person. Like it's the two, one of the two.
Yeah.
Shout out Paul Atreides, shout out. Faith, baby. You knew he was going to do.
Dude, not only does she send that tweet, she immediately basically goes and is like, hey, Starlight had an
I'm sorry.
abortion.
Shout out Spider-Man 3, baby. When he goes to the church. When he goes to the church.
I should have done that one.
I want you to kill Peter Parker.
I'm so sorry. Shout out Spider-Man 3. Sam Raimi's
yeah, she sends that tweet, and not only does she send the tweet basically saying like, yeah, fuck that, like, sure, I had sexual relations with an underage guy. She just she turns around immediately and goes, hey, by the way, I got all these documents and shit. Your precious Starlight, kind of a piece of shit who had an abortion at one time.
So messy.
All-time character moment with Starlight going and beating the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
And just so good, man.
So deserved,
like,
man.
She's always been this like she's like the level-headed one of the boys, and she's only like truly turned up when she's absolutely needed to, like life or death. She's watching the news. Starlight had an abortion, the documents. She just stands up and just goes and beats on live television too, which again, part of Sage's plan, but like how calculated could that have been?
Yeah, exactly. That's
now I realized. Pause. I have her comparison. Her NBA comparison is Jamal Murray. When the lights are bright, she's there. When the lights are low, she's nowhere to be found. I literally they play her as a joke so much in the season with her eyes turn. Remember, think about it. Every single time she tries to use her powers like to intimidate, they always tell her to pipe down a little, bro. Like when she does it to Newman's like, I could blow your head off right now. Yeah. Homelander is like, calm down, and she always never gets to like fully let loose. And it felt like finally we get to see we finally get to see Starlight just lock in and just
this season. I will say, has she not been able to fly?
No, she flew in against Soldier Boy that fight.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Not that she's just like crazy powerful.
But like she's learning how to do it this season, and I don't know if I like Mandela affected it into my brain. I thought she could always fly. Like I don't know what I was doing in my head.
She's low-key crazy overpowered by the end of the season, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Dude, good. I
know. They're gonna need it.
Yeah, she's kind of a bum through the first 4 seasons.
Yo, chill on my girl, bro.
Chill out.
I love
Why would you say
that? Great.
We have a firecracker defender in the chat. Crazy.
Who this man?
But you're not wrong though. Like Starlight really doesn't do shit until like she's absolutely pissed and like beating on Stormfront or something. Like it's just
she's a joke until like they finally like write her to be like, you know what?
Until they need her to be an OP character.
And also she never like uses her light power. She just hands. I respect it. These hands are ready for everyone. She just locks in and just Tyson.
Question, and I was going to text you guys this, but I figured it would open a good conversation. So now we're just going down the season real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Starlight should wax the Deep, right? Like he should have died that season.
That's another convenience.
They plan to not kill him or something. Like they made. Actually,
it was so lazy, bro.
The Deep can withstand the Mariana Trench, which is a lot of pressure of water, so it kind of makes sense that they couldn't kill him that easily.
The entire time I'm watching that episode, I'm
listen. It makes sense.
They brought back
Starlight go toe to toe with Homelander and Soldier Boy, and you're telling me some dude, a fish out of water, is not gonna
listen.
They have a throwaway line. Wait, let me get.
Wait.
Let me get one. He has this throwaway line. He has like this throwaway line saying like, "Do you know how to kill him?" And it's kind of like they tried to bring back that thing. Remember when they had to kill what's his name? The dude that was invisible. Anyone know that guy's name?
No.
Illumination or something like that.
Yeah.
Remember how they were like, "Oh, we don't know how to kill him yet, so we're just gonna have him in a cage." So they kind of tried to like, remember when we did that?
There's two.
You know how to kill him? I don't know.
There's 2 reasons why it makes sense. One,
so convenient.
The Deep is like Aquaman because like if he's down on like those depths of water, he should be very strong and should be able to tank stuff like that. The second reason, Chase Crawford is money gold and they
can't kill him.
How
has the Deep become such a like
that line? It's only because of Chase Crawford.
I saw a tweet that I agree with 100%, and it's like my hot take of the boys. I'm sure you guys saw it. My hot take of the boys is that the Deep is not a funny or cool character at all. But Chase Crawford plays this character so well, and his line delivery is so good every single time.
Line when they're fighting Starlight, and he's like,
it's just cool to cancel white guys nowadays.
He tells her womp womp.
Womp
he's
womp.
like, your Me Too movement didn't work, little bro. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
It's so stupid. It's
amazing. It's like one of the like most in your face like lines of like this is politically like motivated scene, right? But that's the womp womp, and you're like, this is awesome.
Bro, no one cares about your story, womp womp or something like that.
Yeah. The best line delivery, and I don't care, we're going down the line, I gotta mention it. It's just when he says, or no, it's not him, it's Black Noir. He says, what do you mean lobotomizing? Just the face, his face. And he's like, he just doesn't even say anything. He just looks at him, looks back at her, looks down. It's the funniest shit ever.
He's like, damn.
And that scene's even crazy because he kills his fish girl, his octopus girlfriend.
By the way,
which is a crazy scene.
Lobotomy.
By the way, Tilda Swinton, shout out.
Yeah, what do you?
That's a great scene. Like the fact that I kind of got emotionally invested in this relationship. I was like, Chase Crawford's like elite. Like he's great.
By the way, he had the octopus out on a bed with no air for longer than she was in that closet. Just
I agree.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, but dude,
it was hilarious.
But it was funny. Yeah, it was funny.
Loki made me emotional. Top 5 emotional deaths in the
top 5 emotional deaths in the boys' history. There hasn't been many crazy deaths that I think about it.
And then dad, maybe.
They don't kill many people in the main boys, which means the next
episode 3. I think episode 3 is when we find out that she's lobotomizing herself to make herself dumb.
No, that's episode 4. That's episode 4.
4,
bro.
Yeah, 4 was insane.
4. Yeah, it was right after Annie beats the shit out of her, and she's like a little turned on that like her plan's going according to plan. Because
no, that's episode 3 then when Annie beats the shit out of.
Do I have my episodes marked?
Yes,
different?
You're correct. Because episode 4 is just Homelander like locked in.
Yeah, episode 4 is Homelander going fucking nutso.
Oh fuck yeah, my bad.
Actually, a lot goes on in that episode. Like so many different things go on in that episode
3.
Okay, so that'll wrap. All right, we'll wrap up episode 3 there, I guess, and we'll move on to episode 4. Dude, I swear I have the episode right because the whole episode 4 is not Homelander.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm confident I have it right, but you're right.
You watched it more recently.
Yeah, I did skip over the Homelander stuff, which obviously we're going to talk about.
No way. A 5 out of 5 is crazy.
From who? From who?
He said the review mentally not capable of writing a review after what I just saw.
No way.
No. Okay.
I'm not
saying no.
Time out. Deadpool and Wolverine, like spoiler-free early reviews. Deadpool and Wolverine is insane, bombastic Marvel wet dream. If you've ever been suffering from superhero fatigue, this will fucking shock to your system that will have you laughing, screaming, and crying, lived up way beyond the hype. Holy fuck, times 1,000.
Oh my god. I don't know. I do not know.
How do I react to this? I don't know.
That, man. I truly don't know if I believe that.
I don't know if I can. I can't let myself believe this, right?
Here's one. Here's a cool one from Deadpool and Wolverine is Marvel's planes, trains, and automobiles. What does that mean?
What?
It means it's both wildly hilarious and genuinely and heartbreakingly meaningful. Top 10 Marvel, not because of its cameos, because of its heart. This movie doesn't just exist, it matters. That's Jake's takes, the guy who I kind of respect.
Hey.
They said it matters.
Wait, whoa. Andrew Garfield was at the premiere.
What?
Stop it. Dude, no, I don't want any.
Give me hope.
Stop this.
Don't give me hope.
I'm not seeing it till Thursday.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
I'm not seeing it till Thursday. I'm seeing it the day of the premiere or the day of the opening. So I shouldn't be complaining.
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing it until 10 days after it's released.
You'll see it. It's F2 movie season.
All right, let's get back to episode 4. All-time Homelander.
Guys, people are saying it's good. I don't know.
We got to get back. Jesus Christ!
I forgot like the boy.
Back to this.
Yeah, let's lock in. Homelander goes back to his childhood lab where he was basically, I guess, created, tested on, experimented on. This caused such an uproar on Twitter. Is Homelander the greatest on-screen live-action villain ever?
This is what makes it, though. This is the greatest performance of the show.
Go, Sammy.
I think I tweeted it when I saw it right after. I was like, I think this is genuinely, it has to be a top 3 episode in the entire series. Like, I thought this is what The Boys is. Like, if I wanted to show someone what The Boys is about, I would turn on this episode and this is what The Boys is about.
It's shock value, but not for the just point of shock value, right? Like shooting a dude's dick off is fucking absurd. But it works so well in the context of the show and of the episode where it's not just like a dude eating himself out because he can make multiples of himself. Like, hey, that's stupid. It's funny, yeah, sure, but that's stupid. But this is like, holy shit, like this guy is a madman, and his descent into madness is insane. When they say you want to play waste paper ball or whatever, and he starts playing with them. And
by the way, not saying Kobe, disrespectful. Just had to throw that out. Not one Kobe was said.
No, in fact, this episode specifically with that performance is so layered and nuanced. It's not just a matter of like this bad guy's getting revenge on everything. It's like you see like a lot of the reason why he's this way. And I love that line. Sorry, Cam. I love that line where they're like, he's about to kill them, right? And they know they're done. They go, we're sorry. And he goes, why? Why are you sorry now? Like something like that. And I'm like, it was. Can I just finish that for you? So he says, I was just doing my job. And then he says, I'm sorry, as he's in the furnace, he applies the Adolf treatment on I'm sorry. Too soon? Anyway, Jesus Christ. I can't think. Anyway, he says I was just doing my job. And then, which is also relating back to and then he says, why are you sorry? You were just doing your job. I was like, yeah. He's like, why are you sorry now? Like, why? And I'm like, that's just like tough. Like that. It's
the
like
craziest thing about this season up until episode 4 is almost every character in this show has an arc in a negative path almost. So Starlight has the abortion, not like whatever you believe in abortion, all that jazz, but in her context of the show, like negative path of she's got the abortion, then beats the shit out of
Weblock. She's like losing her powers.
Kimiko and Frenchie are having the issues that they're having, like Kimiko being mad about her past, Frenchie being killed Colin. How convenient that the one guy he met, like he killed his family. And then like Firecracker had the child pornography or whatever, or child molestation, whatever it was. Every character in this show has a negative arc up until this episode, except Homelander, where you finally start to understand why the fuck he's this insane, because he was tested on. And he's like, and when he's describing the burn room, he's like, my skin didn't burn, but this fucking hurt. It felt like I was in an oven for, like this is an insane arc. Man, it's incredible.
Also, the cake, when they starts out by the cake and the where it ends up in the episode, because the end of the episode, at the end of episode 4 is probably, dare I say, like it might be the best ending of any episode in The Boys' history. That's low key up for debate. I think like it's absolutely
it's up there,
and it's the imagery especially. It applies the Jaws effect too, where it's like there's nothing they could have showed you, like in the moment in action that could have been.
Yeah, it's all about the aftermath, especially with like not the danger room. I'm thinking that's X-Men. The room where like he was set in timeout and tortured.
Yeah. The red room.
I think it was something like that.
Red room or something like that.
And you just see like all the bodies and the carnage, and then it like slowly pans to the cake that's been melted. The room is now empty, and all you just see is one of the greatest shots in all of The Boys' history. Like one of the best TV like shots of all time of that like American cape covered in blood and guts, and Homelander just turns, you see this most sinister smile because like he just like is full of relief like that he like got that. He buried that demon of his past. Yeah, it was really great.
Back shot. Yeah. We didn't even talk about my boy Marty.
Yo, silence? What? Yo, who is Marty?
Nobody remembered Marty? There's people in the comments that are like, how did they skip over the most insane moment in that
the guy that he makes jerk off and
his name was Marty, bro.
I texted you guys that.
Name, bro.
Yeah, why did you know his name?
That shit is seared in my brain. That shit is insane.
Yo, but would you guys be able to do that though? Would any of you guys be able to lock in?
No shot.
No shot.
I'm not even getting a half show.
No shot. I texted you. I texted you guys. I was like, if Homelander ever made me jerk off in front of my colleagues, you could kill me on the spot.
Well, I think there's two things. I think I'm a serial winner, right? I'm Kobe Bryant right in this. I could definitely like if I close my eyes, maybe I could, let me stop.
What would you be thinking of though? Like that's my thing. Like let's see.
There's really no way to like.
The issue is you have home. The issue.
Do not click that. Do not click that.
Pause. Alex, in that very moment, dude, what are you thinking of?
Yeah, what do you think of?
I'm telling Mateo to clip that very thing for TikTok.
Yo, listen.
Can you hear that?
I didn't think that through. Word just came out.
Open up. FBI.
This dude's Curry in 17, man.
Yeah. That was
he ain't missing.
Great scene. Move on.
All right, let's take it off. Let's go to episode 5. That was all time real talk moment right there.
Bro, like
low key though. I mean, if you really think about it.
It's like you got Homelander, but you got Homelander like egging you on, cheerleading you too. So it's like, bro, you gotta like put the earmuffs on while you do it too, and then
but
imagine.
Like, what are they saying? Like, they tell pro athletes silence out the noise. You know, it's just you.
I like that. What is it? Train the body train the mind and the body.
Wim Hof methods. You know, I mean, if you really like, honestly, I'm just saying, I'm not going to say I could do it, but I'm not going to say I couldn't do it.
I'm not going to doubt myself.
I think if enough people told me I couldn't do it, I would probably be able to do it. Like if everyone in that room was like, "There's no way you're going to do this right now."
Listen, I'm not going to lie.
I think I'd probably want to do it.
Closing my eyes is crazy, but honestly, keeping your eyes open is even crazier.
I think you lose in any situation.
Do you think?
Yeah, I guess Marty was.
I think he was dead regardless. So
like,
I might as well get one out.
I guess.
I think it would have been funny if he was successful and still died.
Yeah, that would have been.
Then I would have felt bad for my boy Marty.
But Marty was also not a hashtag real jerker. Like he was old. I felt bad.
All right. It's been a while since he's played tug of war
in there, bro.
All right. Episode 5. So I believe it's episode 4 actually, where another like slight convenience is we find out that like Butcher, I guess, like blacks out and kills people because of the V that he took in the previous season. Was this the first of this that we heard of? Did we know he could do that? Or was him killing Ezekiel like the first time we saw that? Like
that was the first time that was the first time. It was
the first
time we got that Jekyll and Hyde aspect of him. Like,
yeah,
oh, shoot,
okay,
does he still have these powers?
You see like the little worm crawling around his
parasite.
body.
Yeah.
See it like go to his eye when he kills Ezekiel.
Okay. In the moment, I was like, is this the first we're hearing about this, or did I know that he could do this? But that kind of like segues into episode 5, where I believe Butcher is the first to find out that there is a virus that can kill all the soups, and this is when we get the first, and I believe the only Gen V. It was kind of like a whole Gen V recap that we got quickly while Butcher and oh my God, what's his name? Joe Kessler were chatting, which leads us to that whole segue on the farm where we find out that they're testing this virus that can kill all the soups on animals. Hilarious chicken scene. It got old really fast with flying sheep and cow, I'll be honest.
The sheep were terrifying.
This episode has like a good little tease of the rabbit that's laying dead.
Yeah, that has
and
the
then
parasite.
it has like the worms come out and then it is alive kind of thing. And it's like, whoa.
I also like how that kind of there's a scene where Butcher lets it free. Like that's kind of like metaphoric on what he's trying to do with Ryan. I like that little scene where he sees the rabbit, it's trapped, it has a little V in it, and then he kind of puts it along its way, but it's kind of symbolic.
Look at
it's symbolic. It's symbolic in like a sense of like his entire character arc and where it's seemingly going. Like even though he freed it and the rabbit went out along its own way, like it still went to shit. Like
now you're cooking because in the last episode he literally says to Ryan, "If Homelander is where you feel safe, I'm not going to stop you," which is like great. Butcher has great growth in this season until
I also think this episode completely like this is kind of like a shift. This is where the boys kind of
I don't think these 2 episodes are good.
Really? You didn't think episode 5 was good?
So you don't like Victoria Newman is what I'm hearing, huh?
See, I thought episode 5 was I was gonna say episode 5 felt like this like very crucial like turn moment in the boys where we're locking in. The boys are like, okay, like this virus is here, it's out there. What am I, Butcher, gonna do to acquire it? What are the remainder of the boys going to do to kind of stall Homelander and Sage's like grand plan? Then you find out that like Butcher is obviously like a little delusional. We got Fight Club, and that kind of like
this man is in no condition to fucking chicken.
And that just like that's where the rest of the season kind of takes off. I think maybe not a great episode. I don't know, but like narratively, I think this is like a very important episode in this season.
No, for sure.
I think understandable. I think if I'm going back to watch this season, I think 5 and 6 are at the bottom of my rankings. I think personally,
really?
We do get Stan Edgar though.
We get Stan Edgar back.
I like the Stan Edgar stuff.
Yeah,
I had no idea he was in this season. I think I even texted you guys.
Aura man.
Trailers, but
bro's got the drip.
Maybe I missed him in the trailers, but sorry to interrupt again. Our boy 3C Films. Deadpool and Wolverine lived up way beyond the hype.
Oh my goodness!
It's
I
insane.
Need it now.
It's insane how
it.
much
I need it.
Funniest MCU movie to date.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
Clearly,
Okay,
bro.
hold on.
Seen Thor: Love and Thunder.
I might not be able to speak by Thursday, Alex. You might need a wheelchair.
Listen,
y'all are gonna need to pick me up like
another
in a Black Adam.
Yo, Sammy, we're not the only ones. Soups is like also seeing it for the first time Thursday too. So like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. We're gonna have to stretch each other out, bro. Like him at the end of Black Adam. Remember that? Oh my god, bro, it's gonna be.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I might join in on the crowd. Like, I might be like,
I don't give a fuck. I'm a shill, bro.
I in the crowd,
I love film, but I also love Marvel.
Yo, Kevin Feige, if you need a Miles Morales, bro, like I'm here. I'm a little pale right now.
Literally him.
I fit the mold.
Yeah, all right, but we'll kind of breeze by episode 6 as well. Episode 5
episode
ends.
6 is bad. I'm saying.
All right, hold on, quickly, hold on. Episode 5, Butcher. It's revealed that he's the one. Like, so it was revealed that Samir was, just disappeared. But we then find out that Butcher has him kidnapped, cuts off his leg, and basically is like, "Yo, create me a new virus." And then we mentioned this earlier. Butcher breaks Frenchie out of jail to help Samir, and this is, I guess, we mentioned this earlier, so we don't have to get too into it. Frenchie's arc just kind of gets shut down, not necessarily reversed, but just kind of shut down. Like by the end of the season, I think Alex mentioned it. By the end of the season, he's just kind of back to where he was among the boys. It didn't feel like he went through that entire emotional arc. But then we get into episode 6, and that's the whole like tech night. Infiltration party. They were
Diddy party.
The what party?
The Diddy party.
Yeah. The Diddy party.
Ain't no party like a tech night party.
The boys know Web Weaver again, gross dude. And Huey kind of takes his place and goes and just plants cameras and audio around. Not before being recognized by what's his name, Tech Knight, and when he's this, go.
I didn't think Tech Knight was funny during Gen V. I don't think he's funny now.
Yeah, I don't think he's
every character in the show fucks things. I
actually thought what they introduced in this episode was actually funny, like how he's supposed to be the parody of Iron Man and Batman. Like those moments.
Yeah, there's a couple funny moments.
But I agree with you. Like the whole thing is kind of played out, and the whole all that shit is. I don't like
the
that.
Donating
he says a crazy line to A-Train about like how
that was a funny line.
About like slavery and like but it was also a good commentary on the fact that like a lot of people don't like. I feel like a lot of people in like history like don't like understand like when the slavery was abolished, like they just did it in prisons. Like that was a good clever little neat little joke. But yeah, it was crazy. He's like, yeah, I think we would have caught you. And I would have been like, the fuck? Like, what did you say to A-Train? I was like, huh? Also, this is a great episode for A-Train though. Like that's what.
Yeah, good episode for A-Train. Good episode for good episode for Victoria Newman, but it is very much like Huey getting sexually assaulted,
and this is also
being brushed aside. He has a small moment at the end, but then by next episode, it's done. Like
this is also the episode, and I guess we'll cut to something like that's actually, I guess, important on the overall plot. This is where Homelander and Firecracker kind of spark that like breast milk relationship, and this is where Homelander. Yeah, sorry. This is I didn't mean to say it like that. This
said it any other way though.
There's literally There's no better way to describe it. But Homelander's kind of fed up with Sage because her plan is on the outside to everyone else. It's not working out. So I guess it was a part of her plan to get fired, unless that's a little bit of a convenience. But Homelander ends up appointing Firecracker as the CEO, and they kind of start running in unison. And she's also, I guess, taking this medication that helps her breastfeed, which is destroying her body. I guess they didn't really specify what it's doing to her. Yeah, her immune system.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of episode 6. I think I agree with Cam in that this is probably just the weakest episode.
Yeah, episode 6 though I think might have my favorite scene in the entire show. That's when so I guess to paint the scene, MM and Kimiko walk in to go save Huey from enjoying the Diddy party. He shoots Sage in the head. Obviously, we know her brain can heal and whatnot. But MM has like a panic attack, which by the way, shout out to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Panic attacks are all the rage now. and he passes out. So Kimiko gets A-Train's help to take him to the basically hospital.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that scene
when
right
he finally
there,
feels like a real hero.
Yes, bro. I think I almost teared up. Like just the way it was shot and framed, and just the the genuine expression on that kid's face, and then the genuine like happiness that he felt was, I think, some of the most beautiful filmmaking, I guess you want to call it.
And I really wish,
and
I really wish, like great point saying. I really wish though. Also, this is like the boys can be a little too on the nose. I really wish he didn't say. There's a scene where he explains how.
He's like, that's the best.
I really wish he just didn't like. I really wish they.
We knew that.
They could have gone there like a different way of saying like, oh yeah, like I don't know, just like try to have him like, express it in a different way, like where he's not saying on the nose what happened, like I would have loved that a little more. But yeah, it's a great scene. It's one of the best scenes of the entire season.
Yeah,
facts.
No doubt about that. It has good moments. I like the Newman scene, standing up and like taking ownership of like what they're gonna do and stuff.
Yeah,
like just kind of taking over, because I like Claudia Demont. Like I think she's really good in this show, and that's why I say like she's one of the more interesting characters. I really like her.
See, this is what I'm saying though. She felt so like just afterthought for the first 5 episodes, and then she finally has a moment in episode 6, and it feels like then she was an afterthought in episode 7, and then by the time episode 8 comes around, she's like back to being who you would expect or who you would think is going to carry the plot in season 5, just to get fucking waxed on the spot. Like I feel like they just teased us entirely with her character, whether it was intentional or not. That's like I said earlier, I'm annoyed about where her character ends up, because I was only just starting to like truly invest in her character towards the end of the season. Yes, Alex, you have your finger up.
Think that you're wrong, buddy. She like,
buddy.
Have you considered that you are incorrect?
Episodes. For episode 5, we literally get her husband and like that part, like to and Stan Edgar scenes, like her going back to Stan Edgar and freeing him, blah blah blah, or that derivative jazz. Like she's a big part of all the episodes. I feel like looming, like no matter what. Like, and
I think she had more to do with this, like more in this season than she's gotten prior.
Yeah. Also, like this is another sidebar because we love tangents. They establish in the opening first episode how OP she is when it comes to, like, they try to kill her and they throw acid on her and she's just like
that too.
Yeah. And then the way that leads to the fact that she goes out this way after we see how.
Why didn't she just blow up Butcher's head on the spot?
Yeah, because she covers she needs her eyes. She needs her eyes
to like blow it.
Oh, she covers the first shot.
She covers her eyes so she can't.
Yeah, that's the first shot.
It still doesn't make it less anticlimactic. It makes sense in the laws of the universe for that like show, but like it's still like, dude, it's Victoria's like new like.
Even before that, when he has that the virus pistol or whatever, he's like they're briefly going over like, how are you even gonna shoot her? Like, I don't know. I aim for the soft tissue and pray for the best, like Frenchie. And it's like, where's the soft tissue? Tell us. I don't know what's going on. Like, what are we doing, bro? And then he hits Butcher hits her with the Megatron. You want a piece of me? You want a piece? No. I want the
Deadpool 2.
Yo, that's crazy reference. Rest in peace, Jazz.
Rest in peace, Jazz, a real one. What's cracking, little bitches? How many Transformers references can we get in here?
We can get some more.
We've already gotten 4.
Now that I'm thinking of it, we need some more. Deep Wang. Deep Wang.
No, my car. It's a collector's item.
Just did this as soon as we started talking about Transformers.
What's your opinion on the reveal? Did you? I guess George, you didn't like necessarily see it on social media. I maybe you did, but like all of the talk prior to this episode and this episode 6, I believe, where Kessler is revealed to be a Fight Club. All of the talk was like he's very clearly a Fight Club.
I had my awareness.
I thought the
had
reveal
to
was
been
really
on
good.
Zero.
I think the reveal was still really good when he turns to her and he's like, "Shut up."
So good.
I like that. That was
literally
like
me. Talking to himself.
That was like, again, I'm from the POV of someone who, like, truly, I'm not even gonna sit here and try to sound smart. I did not see this coming. I really didn't. I did question it. I text you guys every so often, and I was like, dude, who is he? Like, why does he just keep showing up randomly?
And we were just like,
so like, you guys, I appreciate you not spoiling that. But this show in its entirety has so many like jaw-dropping moments of just like vulgar and grotesque shit. This like had my jaw on the floor because like we knew from the start that obviously Butcher is talking to Becca, and Becca is not there. And then,
oi, Huey,
yeah,
I'm talking to wife who dead.
me son has to kill the Homelander. But then, Kessler turns and just screams at Becca, and I was like, "Yo, what?"
I like when Samir tells the rest of the boys about it. And he's like, he's talking to himself, right, or something. They're like, what do you mean? He's like, he's talking to himself. Like, I like.
Richie just goes.
Yeah, everyone's like, we all do it. It's okay. Shit happens. It's metaphorical, right?
Those
right?
Ryan Gosling memes where it's like him sped up talking.
Yeah.
That's literally me.
It's like 09 Randy Orton, baby.
But all right, anyways, let's shift into episode 7, where we're getting to the penultimate episode of the season. I guess the big reveal on this, or not the big reveal, the big plot points is we're introduced to Shapeshifter, who's been tasked to assassinate Singer. And very quick introduction. I think it was Butcher and Huey maybe who are like in pursuit of Shapeshifter. And Butcher's basically like, that could be any one of these people. We have no idea. And it is the end of this episode where we find out that, and sorry, I'm skipping ahead. I'm missing a couple of things in episode 7 that I'll get back to, but it's found out that somehow Shapeshifter takes Annie into captivity and is basically completely fucking with Huey, just entirely fucking with Huey. So proposes to him, sticks 2 fingers in his bum, just doing shit to, yes, that happened.
He liked it.
You didn't have to say it though. Like,
I'm gonna say it.
This is a PG family show, bro.
He liked it.
No, I loved it.
But yeah, that we'll get more into Shapeshifter in episode 8. But and we touched on it a bit earlier in this episode, but this is where Homelander sends the Deep and Noir to kill the boys, and the first 2 people that they run into are and Annie. We touched on the fight, so we won't really necessarily get into that. But the biggest thing to come from that fight is A-Train. Kind of like a full rotation. I expect him to return in season 5, and obviously we'll get into to predictions of season 5. But this is kind of like where his arc ends of this season. He comes in, saves the day, but it is revealed to Noir and Deep that he is the leak. So he dips. He's out of the country. And that's kind of the big part of this season, which eventually in episode 8 leads Homelander to basically be like, okay, just run through Vought, kill anyone who is on this list who I think is going to be even remotely a threat. And Deep, we talk about like redemption arcs in this season with A-Train. Deep has like the reverse. He has a reverse redemption arc. It was in like episode 3 where he's like talking to Ashley and he's like, "You better fucking respect me, or I'm literally gonna fucking peel you bit by bit and kill you immediately." And he
said he was gonna choke her with her toilet water after he uses it. Actually, is the direct thing that he
like,
says.
"Yo, isn't Ashley like the person that has the most dirt on us?"
And then
it's like,
and when he can't spell her name right, and he's like, "What's her last name?"
and Noir kills the wrong Ashley.
The wrong Ashley.
That's so
By the
good.
way, was that girl introduced in that episode?
No. We knew
before.
No,
She's
she was
been
introduced in
for a
season.
while.
I thought she was introduced in season 3. She was her name was Ashley. She was Ashley's assistant, Ashley.
I don't remember her, but I thought she was introduced just for this bit of Black Mark killing her.
Hilarious.
Tell me I'm smart.
Yeah, but Deep runs through the season being like the ultimate Homelander glazer. He's saying, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." He's like, "Brother, I'll kill anyone you want." And in my head, I'm like, I want one person to say, "Oh, Captain, my Captain" to me once in like a serious tone, because that's insane. That's such awesome. A level of glazing I have never seen in my entire life.
About him, like Homelander's like blow A-Train. We didn't talk about that.
Oh my god!
How did we miss that? Where like he was ready. He's like, what did he say? He's like something.
Like, I wasn't gonna.
He was like, I wasn't gonna do it.
He's like, love is just a spectrum, bro, or something like that. And get the fuck up off your knees. Like, what is wrong with you? It was so funny.
Literally
wow, I completely forgot about that.
That was like episode 1, I think.
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah, that's why we didn't talk. I'm shocked. That was a big part.
Yeah, that was before that's when he realized he needed Sage, because that's when he realized like he fired all the competent people, and the only people he kept around are people who will literally do shit like that for him.
We didn't touch on it, but after he goes with Firecracker, now that she is lactating for him, like literally, he fires Sage like in episode 7, right? Which is just, this is where it becomes the convenient, like, end of season. She comes back and she's like, no, I wanted you to fire me. And it's like,
yeah, it's like weird. Yeah,
it's stupid, you know. It's like, I don't know. That's like a stupid thing that you would plan in, is like, oh, Homelander's gonna fire me, and then like, you know, like
that's the most like movie plot bullshit. Like,
and then Samir like doesn't have a leg. He's making a virus to be cooked up. Please note, they have a virus, but it'll kill every soup. If it's going to be strong enough to kill Homelander, it will literally kill everyone. And that's like kind of the crux of the season is it worth it to genocide every soup to just kill Homelander? Obviously no, but you know, maybe, you know, that's
Kessler got the better of Butcher. Butcher's like, yeah, let's fucking do it. I don't give a fuck.
Which he does, but the thing is, they don't have the strong enough.
Yeah, they're still trying to
which I'm assuming will be a heavy plot point in the first couple of episodes of season 5. Is like, how are they about to mass produce this to like get one? How are they going to mass produce it? And 2, how are we going to distribute this to every known soup in the world? Like, what is their plan? That's
also screw Samir. He tried to kill Kimiko. Like, I don't
care.
Okay,
bro. That scene was actually pretty
I literally was like, bro, if Frenchie doesn't cut off her leg right now, I'm gonna be pissed.
I had to look away, dude. That was one of the most disgusting.
That reminded me of Saw 10 when that reminded me of that Saw 10 scene where like that. Yeah,
dude, it's just like one of the most. Dude, like you heard it cutting through bone. Yeah, the sound design was disgusting.
Yeah, if they took Kimiko from us, I probably would have boycotted.
They Deadpooled her. They Deadpooled her.
They did, yeah. Her little ass,
the tiny leg. Tiny leg.
All right, let's did we touch? We got everything from episode.
Can we talk about Ryan's little moment when he emulates his dad on TV?
Oh yeah. Okay. You guys go for it, because I'm a little. What was he gonna say before he walks off? Like, is it obvious? Like, was he gonna say something along the lines of like, I basically can like kill every single person on this planet. Stop fucking with me.
No, I think he was gonna.
When was this?
No,
I don't remember.
You got it.
What is this?
I think he was just gonna say something along the lines of like, I think
on
he
the
was talking,
TV show with the puppets.
Yeah,
Alex.
Yeah, on the TV show with the puppets.
Wasn't he like trying to say like this is wrong? Like he wasn't gonna say anything, right? Like
he stopped himself from saying something else though. I think he was just gonna talk about the saves being fake.
He was gonna expose that, right?
That's like the thing he knows, like all saves are fake or something like that. Because he didn't. I don't think he knows anything else.
In my head, I was like prepared for him to absolutely snap. Like one of the like was it last season where Homelander's like, I'm better than you on national television? That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be like one of those, like, I guess, cool father-son parallels between seasons.
At this point, up until this point, though, I feel like Ryan was on a slow, gradual progression of like going to Butcher and realizing how bad Homelander was and how bad Vaught is. It's only until we witnessed the greatest fumble of the modern era with Grace Mallory that he literally just succumbs to being an absolute ass. I think up until that point, he was on a good upward trend slightly because he was like, oh shit, like, you know, it's like it's not been, you know, smooth. It's been like, you know, but it's going up, and then it just.
No, he all season, like he was also kind of like a slight bit of an afterthought, but I didn't expect anything else from the character of Ryan. But like all season, he's been going to Butcher, just talking to him. Like you could see how much it's upsetting Homelander, and you could see even though Ryan knows it's upsetting his father, he's still doing it. He still wants to talk to Butcher. He still wants, like, I guess, a normal father. I don't know what he's looking for in Butcher, but whatever it is, Homelander obviously can't provide it for him. So the entire season, you're like, okay, maybe Ryan's going to step in and kind of be this, like, you know, next member of the boys here to, like, truly take them to the next level in their, like, hunt for Homelander. And then Mallory.
Assume that's where the show's going, right? If the end episode is not Butcher versus Homelander versus Ryan or, like, some conglomeration of that.
Which I think it's going to be.
Soldier Boy's got to be there.
Soldier Boy's going to be in there, too.
So something interesting tidbit, like, Ryan does not exist in the comics, and Soldier Boy is a bitch. Or Soldier Boy gets bitched by Homelander in the comics. Like, he just gets, they have relations. Let me not get down that rabbit hole. But so they're the two wild cards. And
well, also like
could be a lot more different.
Also like Black Noir is like a clone of Soldier Boy, right?
Yeah.
Or sorry, of Homelander, and like
they're not doing that at all.
Yeah, they're not doing that. Obviously,
that would have been so dumb. Yeah,
but what I'm saying is these are really interesting wild cards. Like I'm very curious to see where they go with Ryan, just because like there's so many different avenues, especially the way they just ended this season, where it's like they're kind of hinting towards he's leaning towards his dad, but Butcher's also like now he has nowhere to go.
8 yet.
We're in episode 8. Let's just episode 8 opens with just Mallory, just the biggest fumble of all time. Just you cannot do that.
Just stupid to me. I hate when shows do this. Yeah, it's
it was so
put the Tony Snell stat line. Put the fumble that Zay Flowers had in the championship this year.
I hate when they do this when they have the character who's good but they're like, no, we need to lock you up. Like, no, you fucking don't. Like, he's clearly on your side. Like,
and it's crazy because they
turn your fucking brain on, man.
They did that in the Invincible with Mark and like. Which like shows how much of a G Mark is. They're like, yeah, you're the only guy that can like kind of kill your father, bro. Why are you telling me this, bro? Like, I'm not ready. Stupid. Like, what do you? And also, why would I want to kill my dad?
Stupid.
Like,
so stupid.
And also, it's crazy that she trauma dumps and tells him like all of like, yeah, your mom got raped like by Homelander. And I'm like, this is you need to tell him this, but this is not the you're doing it in the worst possible way. You're just
knowing the shit story. Like, did no one use their head? No one is on Sage level here. Like, no one's thinking.
Like
she panicked. Mallory panicked, and Mallory panicked, and then fucking Ryan panics and
kills her,
yanks her. I hated that shot of her neck where you see like the bone, like completely. It's gross, absolutely disgusting. But I mean, we can slowly get into like season 5 predictions as we go through.
Also, very sad scene because that's when like Butcher like the light goes out of his like eyes. Like,
you
realize this is like there's no hope
like
now.
You knew it was coming as soon as like you see Kessler in the background, right? Like you knew it was coming.
Yeah,
it's like a very sad moment for Butcher because up until that point he's literally telling him he's like, if Homelander like do what's best for you, I care about you.
Really I don't know. Was Mallory really the one to make him turn? Like, I guess because Mallory loved Ryan like a son.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was Mallory really the one to make him turn? It's the character you can kill that people kind of know enough to where.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good enough. You're not going to kill a Starlight, a Huey, an A-Train.
No.
Well, yeah, it's also like Ryan realized like you just want to make me a weapon again, like what you did to him. So it's like I get why,
and I get that, yeah.
And it's like it snaps because he's like, bro, I'm done. Like all this, and then throughout this entire season, he's just been a puppet like for Vought and like just do whatever we say.
And hey, he's on a show with puppets.
Yeah, well,
foreshadowing.
Wait.
Okay, well that's also like slightly why he turned. Like I think he realized like, okay, I'm Vaught's puppet.
I'm their weapon. Like
he's been going to Butcher all season because he feels comfortable with Butcher, and then the season basically ends with Mallory saying, "We need you to be our puppet."
Yeah.
So
stupid.
Ryan, in that moment, Ryan's like, "Well, am I Vaught's puppet? Am I the boys' puppet?" And he snaps. He's like, "I'm no one's puppet. Fuck this." Kills Mallory and walks out. So season 5 predictions, and I mean, Sammy, I know you have like more familiarity with these graphic novels, but I have to imagine Ryan just kind of like does his own thing. Like I don't see a world where he picks a side.
Yeah,
I think what it is my prediction of season finale is going to be like Butcher's about to kill Homelander, Homelander's about to kill Butcher. I think Soldier Boy's dead at this point or something, and Ryan maybe has to kill them both to like, and then Ryan becomes this. I think Ryan's the hero of the story, and if he's not, then man, good job, the boys. You tricked me.
Or do you think there's so that exact same situation, but Ryan kind of assumes like this next Homelander aura where he's like, like this.
Then what do you do? The boys show, season 6 or
no? The show just ends on a bad note. The boys failed, Homelander failed, and there's a new king.
I think Huey's dying.
No,
I think
Huey and Starlight.
Huey is the hero of our story. He is the catalyst. He is the beacon of hope. And I think
Huey should have died like 8
times. His death will set into
Yeah.
motion.
You know who should have died 8 times? I saw a funny ass TikTok today. I should have sent it to you guys. That was basically, it was a video compilation of like LeBron celebrations on court, and the caption was A-Train surviving another season of the boys.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, go ahead.
Or
No,
was about-
give a prediction.
I was just gonna say, I think because there's so many different plot lines and stories they can.
So I think
so many
here's
characters
what
they
we'll
left.
do. Here's what we'll do. So the episode ends with the boys are at the lowest they've ever been. And I fully get that that's a lot different than where we're normally been. Every episode, every season end with Homelander getting a little bit more power and a little bit more like freedom. And this is his full ascension. He's basically the president at this point, right? All of the boys are captured or taken except Billy, who has killed Victoria Newman, so is anti the boys now. Like, they all hate him. And then Starlight gets away, right? They're the only ones. Frenchie is taken by Kate. And Kimiko yells, which is cool. Like, that's a sad moment, right? Cool, She's never spoken. Good use of it. Kimiko's taken. MM
gets assaulted by Love Sausage again, which he better kill him in the next season, or I'm gonna be pissed. Like, stop doing this to MM.
Off and feed it to him. That's what I need.
A-Train wasn't even in this episode, which is crazy, but he got his redemption, so it makes sense. Ashley injects herself with V. That's where the episode ends, right? So the big question is, where do we go from here? And it's obvious, like, I think my guess is Gen V is going to tie into season 5, and they're going to maybe, I don't know, I guess. I think Gen V is going to tie in because you have Marie, who can maybe help, and she's like the new Victoria Newman character with the blood popping. And then Ashley, I have no clue what power she's going to get, but she's going to get fucking
I'm hearing two theories. I'm hearing telepathy, and I'm hearing Medusa stuff, like Medusa stuff with her hair.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be fucking cool. I'm not going to lie.
We also still have, there's still other characters you got out there, like Stan Edgar, who's got a lot of pull in the government. Like, maybe he's the one who's able to get the boys out. Like, I'm thinking, and he's going to be incentivized.
Zoe's going to
his granddaughter's
going to Red Room.
Yep, Red Room.
It's gonna be interesting seeing the like Gen V, because now all the superheroes have all the power, and like they're gonna have these kids that are like
I'm surprised
in college, like
oh yeah, we don't need to fall. Yeah,
like, I'm so curious what they're gonna do with Gen V season 2, because like I feel like their hands are tied. Like, they have to
tie
to the boys. Like, there's no way they
connected it at the end of.
I mean, I think that's what they've done on purpose, though. Like, so, like, we don't have a 2-year break; it's just like a 1-year break. Like we get Gen V, and then year
but they
later
obviously
we have.
Can't. But they can't like go like too deep into the boys, because I feel like that kind of undercuts the season. I don't know. It'll be interesting, because I feel like Gen V kind of tied into this season, but it was really just the virus. I don't know. There's a lot. I think definitely Ryan is probably going to meet up with Starlight at some point, and the whole abortion thing, her trying to be a mother,
because
like,
Ryan didn't even make like a descent to the bad side. He just didn't want to.
He's just kind of
on his own.
He just ran away.
So here's my big prediction for season 5. Chat clip it. Eventually, well, I don't know if the boys will go. Say this is an MCU show. This is how it would end. I don't know if the boys will go this direction. If Butcher can use Kessler as a vessel for negative, but like still get the V out, he can also use his ex-wife. What's her fucking name? Becca. He can use Becca as a good use
as the anti-venom.
As the anti-venom. That's my big prediction, is he's going to learn how to use this in his way through Becca's Force Ghost, if you want to call it, or
his gross ass DNA venom powers.
Venom. Oi.
Well, I also feel like Soldier. I feel like Soldier Boy's
the wild card, bro. Like, I think
Soldier Boy's power is
the wild card. He's low-key about to team up with Homelander. They're about to become prime Kobe and Shaq. Like, it's low-key about to be crazy.
It's gonna be the D Wade and LeBron throwing up the ball and dunking meme. Like, that's what
I low-key hope they go a route of they just make it so insurmountable that we don't know how it's gonna end. Where it's like,
there's so many boy hate him.
Homelander, Soldier Boy,
there's so many things.
I saw a crazy thing. I saw a crazy thing online of like, what if season 5 is like the Infinity War to a movie of Endgame? That would be cool.
My
God. A boys movie would be cool. Come on, that'd be fun. Don't
watch
my God,
it would, but like, that's actually so. Don't do that.
Don't need that. Movie budget. You just have 2 more hours of this shit. It's gonna end. Season 5 again ends the exact same.
No. Homelander ascends to somehow even more stronger than the president.
He's actually,
he's the universe's. He's like the. I don't know. He's just fucking Jesus.
He's already God, but like he's the like universe's God. Yeah, he's global.
Just freaking timelines.
But that's my big prediction.
No one dies. Everyone remains the same.
Okay. Real quick, they shit on the Batman for having Nirvana tracks, but they end the season with a Nirvana track.
Yeah, crazy.
Hypocrites or what? I'm just saying.
I think it's worth noting like all the jokes at the expense.
Oh, we didn't
of,
even talk about those yet.
About the MCU
and DCU.
Yeah, our
joke
show
like
just got finished with our 300th reshoots. You know, it's now the most expensive show ever. It's got to be good, right? That
literally
shit was
Captain
Invasion.
America, Brave New World, like
Secret
right off
Invasion.
Secret Invasion, like attacking. Those are funny jokes, and then also the canceling of training A-Train was so funny because they're like, we're just gonna get the tax write-off for this. Great Batgirl joke.
Great
that's
adding
fun.
Warner Bros for that. What they did with fucking Batgirl. Great,
Yeah,
great
nailed
thing.
it.
Phase
But-
7 through 19 is crazy.
Yeah, that was so
17 to
funny.
19.
And what did he say after? He's like, and we're gonna go through this in exhaustive detail for you.
Yeah, that's
Kevin
funny.
Feige just ate his hat.
Good show. Kevin Feige
right.
probably hates this.
Kevin Feige
God.
probably hates this show, dude. He probably hates this
He's
shit.
loathed
Yo,
in
the fact that
Feige.
I just saw like speaking of like Kevin Feige and like Deadpool, because it all comes back to Deadpool. Like I'm looking at
Spider-Man 2
reviews and
reference?
someone goes, I can't. I think I said in the chat. Reese goes, I cannot begin to
the
even
cameo
fathom
budget.
the cameo budget, which just means yo, we're cooked, bro. It's over.
Yeah.
This movie is
Wait,
literally.
what?
This movie is product placement now. It's over.
I did see a tweet that said the one that was sent in our chat, the one that said worst movie I've ever seen.
I have never seen that guy in my life, so that makes me feel all right. I'm
The
excited.
cameo budget. Oh, we're so cooked, man.
What's the cameo budget? It's
We're
just-
that just means every
Bro,
scene is gonna have
Yo,
some.
someone clip this right now. If you're in a theater watching Deadpool with other people and someone like say like for example Elektra comes up, Jennifer Garner's Elektra, which no one cares
if
about.
someone
the film,
claps or
and
woos,
people clap,
Actually,
just know society is finished.
she's very gorgeous to
dude,
me.
people
He's very gorgeous to
clapping.
me.
I didn't get to mention this. People were clapping in Twisters when Anthony Ramos's character shows up.
Yeah.
Oh my
People in my
god!
theater
Wait, what did this
like,
happen?
started
Me and George saw it. What? Did
No. In my second screening, the night after I saw it with you, people clapped
General
at that.
audience, bro,
Yeah, when
general
he-
audience is
The
You know what
general
people should
audience is
clap at?
hilarious.
You know what people should have clapped at? That scene in Twisters where it's like
No, no,
beautifully
no, no.
shot, where like they're in the theater and then the theater opens to reveal like the Twisters because it's destroyed, and it looks like we're watching like it's like a meta moment
was
where like
awesome.
we're in the film
That's
watching the film. You know what
All
I mean?
right,
That's
all right,
great.
all right, all right.
Sorry, like we're just everywhere.
tangent.
Transformers. When
Uh,
Bumblebee speaks. Remember when?
You know, I like
Anthony-
females working on my engines. I prefer it. Actually.
I prefer it actually.
All right.
Like, what's up
Before
with
we
this
move on with some quick
How
side
did Wheels get
combos,
4 movies? Doesn't make sense.
is there anything else?
Honey,
we
go give me
wanna-
my alien gun.
What? Is there anything else?
Ryan, you
boys
said get
related?
the fuck out of the way in Chinese.
It's a spaceship. Yo,
You
did
think
you
I have
drink my
insurance on
Shuan
this?
milk, Donnie? Let me enjoy my Shuan milk,
Shuan milk.
Donnie.
Dude, in movie number 4, when what's his name starts drinking that milk, I think it was a Dark of the Moon. It's Stanley.
Yeah,
Tucci
Stanley
starts
Tucci.
drinking the Shuha milk. I think it's a Dark of the Moon.
It's the
reference.
greatest
my
It's the greatest Chinese
God.
propaganda. I love it. The product.
Down
placement.
Dutch. Down Dutch.
Down,
Jesus
Dutch,
Christ.
down, boy. Zit,
I'm
down,
sorry. That's the
down.
old me.
That's the
That's so
old me.
good.
Calm
I
down,
love
and he's
that.
like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what got into me. My
That's the
bad."
old me.
So
That's
good.
the old me.
Alan
Hey,
Tudyk
shout out
is
Mr.
amazing.
Ditkovich, bro.
Control your boy.
He's in that movie.
Shout out
Control your
to
boy.
Alan Tudyk.
It's the watch that killed Hitler.
Oh my God! How do we?
I forgot about that.
I'm Cogman.
Yo, the Witwickens when Bumblebee's literally fighting Nazis. That's the
Anthony
greatest-
Hopkins is a generational bag chaser.
Yo,
Fuck everybody, bro.
Oh,
That dude is
God.
worse.
about to do
than
the
that
backflip
dude
of
is
death
worse
he
than
just
Ryan
did.
Reynolds at bag chasing.
Uh.
I swear to God.
Dude, which
to
episode?
God.
Who was it in this show that said do you want to go watch Transformers 2, the one with the racist robot?
Sage.
Yes.
see,
Yeah.
this is why
Every
it all
movie
goes
has
back
the
to
racist
Transformers.
robots.
It all goes
Every
back
single-
to Transformers.
They
Dude.
all have the racist robots. Every single one of them has the
It was
racist
a
robots.
Diesel tinge. It was a Diesel tinge.
If you've learned anything from this episode of Real
I'm
Talk, it's
standing
that,
under
Kitten
the
that
calendar, kitten
one-
calendar, kitten calendar, kitten
that
calendar, kitten
Sam
calendar.
Raimi is the blueprint, and 2, Michael Bay is the blueprint.
Michael Bay is the glue.
Have you ever had a metal
Michael
tongue
Bay is
go
the
down
glue
your
that holds
throat?
Hollywood together.
Kitten calendar, kitten calendar.
All right.
That's my favorite one.
We'll wrap up our boys discussion there. I don't think anything else that we overlooked.
Yeah,
Let's
we
just
forgot
have.
one thing. We
Shout
forgot
out
one
to-
What
thing.
did I forget? Alex
George, you know what
Coleman.
we forgot?
The
A
acolyte.
surprise draft. So today we're gonna be drafting our top 5. No, I don't even know.
The Acolyte review.
We're gonna be drafting our top 5 Acolyte players or Acolyte people.
Bro, do
Acolyte
we
players.
actually
Introduce Yoda like the fucking.
do we
Infinity
want to do a
Gauntlet.
draft real quick? We
Do
could
you
do
have
best.
one?
I'm
best
actually
season-
down.
Do you
best
have
season-
one?
Yeah, let's do best seasons of comic book television.
Okay, can I go first? Because
I'm
I'm
gonna do some digging on that, but
Yeah,
I like
let
we're
Alex,
going-
then Sammy.
All
Alex,
right,
Sammy,
Alex,
George, myself.
Sammy,
Because I got my bag deep.
George. Hold on, I'm gonna type this down.
I'll
Alex,
type it.
Sammy.
I'll
I just gotta
relaxing.
remember.
I'll
Yeah.
type it.
All right, you got it, Cam.
All right.
We're going
right.
best seasons. This is an ad hoc on the money draft on the Real Talk podcast for the best seasons of comic book television, and we'll say live action or animated.
Alex,
All right.
what's
All right,
1-1?
I'm going first. I'm automatically taking season 3 of Deadpool or
Damn.
All
Daredevil.
right, you're yes, bro.
Season 3 of Daredevil. My bad.
I like it.
Cam, are you putting this in the Google Doc?
I got it. Yeah.
Wait,
Alright,
so
sweet.
wait, why'd you say movies? There's no such thing as
No,
seasons.
no. Seasons of
Seasons
television.
Oh, yeah.
of
No
television,
movies. No movies.
TV, live action, or animated.
All right,
Alright.
season 3 of
Sammy?
Daredevil. The fact that I said
Does-
Deadpool, yo, I'm cooked.
Does I don't know if this counts. I think it does. Fuck it. I think the first season of Heroes is like one of the greatest first seasons.
Yeah,
of
that's
television history.
absolutely,
Does that count?
absolutely. That's
I've never
insane.
seen it.
Pull.
Impressive.
I don't know what
Yes.
that is. I'm
Yeah.
an L.
That is
Heroes
a-
bro,
that is a
check it out. Watch
deserving-
first season. It's so good.
Yeah, that is a deserving 1-2. That's a Heroes are so dude.
So,
Silas,
the
one
first-
of my
the first
favorite,
season,
one of
yes.
my favorite TV characters
George.
ever.
Me or
Oh my
you, George? Me or you, George?
I don't care. I'll
I got
go.
you. I got you. You go.
Okay, I'm gonna
Don't take
go.
what I wanna take.
I'm not gonna take what you gotta take because I don't think you're gonna take HBO's Watchmen, the one
Oh,
season
that's
of
a
Watchmen.
great show.
Ooh.
That's
I've
a
heard great things.
season of television.
Yeah,
I never
I am
finished
gonna
it.
take-
I did like it.
I'm going to take Invincible season 1, and then I'm
Yeah, I
going
knew that
to
was-
my roots. This is my true roots of life.
here
I'm
we
going
go.
Arrow season 2, baby.
No,
Wow.
Arrowverse guy.
This
Wow.
guy,
Arrowverse
get a load of this guy.
Oh, brother!
This
This
guy
dude-
stinks. Arrow
All right,
season 2. Those are my roots. I could have gotten that in the last round. I'm sure of it.
My two. I'm gonna take it. Shout out real quick episode. I don't know, but I'm gonna take X-Men season 1, X-Men
Wow.
97.
No,
Bro, you're so annoying. You didn't even watch the
that was
show.
literally my pick.
What are you
Wait, no,
talking
you didn't
about?
watch the show.
That was my
I'm
pick.
taking
I
X-
forgot
We did a
about
pod,
that.
we did a
I forgot
pod.
about that.
97
I heard.
season 1, baby.
All right,
I'm not
Sammy, what
kidding.
are you taking?
I watched over earlier this week the episode where Gambit dies. I
Oh
watched-
my
still
God.
watched that one back. 'cause
best
it was
the
so
name's
brilliant.
the name's Gambit.
Gambit,
Remember it.
Remember it.
That was a great
Remember.
pod moment where we
Insane.
all screamed.
Oh my God. What a
We all
great
screamed
era.
in unison.
Remember it.
Oh,
All
man.
right.
All right, Sammy, what are you taking?
I'd like to take season 1 of Secret Invasion.
Please tell me.
stop,
Yo,
stop.
no, he said
Say-
it though. He said it
Stay
though.
psyched.
Until season 2
psych
comes
right
out.
now.
Until season 2 comes
Stay
out.
psyched.
Of course,
Stay
I'm
psyched right
saying
now.
psych. I'm gonna take. I have like 3 in my mind, but I'm gonna stay true to myself, and I'm gonna say, "Forgive me, Father." I'm not asking penance for what I've done. I'm seeking forgiveness for what I'm about to do. Daredevil season 1.
Yeah, that's a
love
banger.
All right,
It's
so
a
this
banger.
is like y'all
Great
just want me
pick,
to
great
win.
pick.
Echo.
Y'all really just want me to win. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
take Echo,
So-
brother.
What are you gonna take?
Yo,
What are you gonna take?
I'm
You
about to
The
take
Boys?
2 straight season 3s. The Boys season 3, and
That-
does this count? Because I'm gonna say this might be bullshit on my part.
The
Does
Boys season
Avatar:
3
Last
is the best.
Airbender count?
No.
It's a
Oh,
comic
no,
thing,
no, no, no,
kinda.
no, 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 no.
No.
Anime,
Fine.
anime.
I
More
thought
anime
we
than
could peek
anything.
away with something there.
That would be peak though.
I was gonna try to like
Boys
like,
season
cheese-
3,
I was
the
gonna try
best
to cheese
season,
my
right?
way to it.
I don't think it is.
What other? So I have the Boys. What else? What are the comic book shows? Hold on, give me 5 seconds.
Loki, you got Secret Invasion, you got Echo, you got
Miss
What
Marvel.
If,
Miss Marvel.
you got Miss Marvel, you got
Moon Knight.
Peacemaker,
I think you have the
actual
Moon
Knight,
you have Peacemaker.
Do you guys like the Flash?
I am
There's
Groot.
No way I'm picking the Flash, but do you guys like? The
I
Flash?
like
know-
some
I-
seasons of the Flash.
early
I
seasons
was a
of
big
are
Arrow
good.
guy. I was a
First
Yo,
big
what if
Arrow
I just said like the Walking? Yo, what do I look like to you?
The Walking
I'm a
Dead
grown-ass man.
counts if you wanted to.
I'm gonna take season 2 of Invincible. Fuck it.
Nice.
Good pick. Good
Hey,
pick.
I like that.
I want to cover all bases of different.
yeah, no, you're crushing it. You're crushing it. I like it.
I
I gotta Google now. Best.
I
Come
can't
on,
remember
you
which
guys
season
gotta-
of
you
the
guys gotta
show.
have this.
I can't remember which season of the show this
Man,
is.
I literally just Googled best comic book movie or seasons, and fucking The Flash was number 1. So
I don't like the way the Flash ended. Season 1, 2, and 3 of the Flash,
Are
they
good.
do
Are good.
heavily bang.
all right,
Oh, I have a sneaky, crazy one that no one's gonna pick. I know for a fact.
Marvel's Agent Carter.
Oh, is it me next?
Yeah, it's you.
Shit. Dang. I'm gonna take. This might be a little early, but I don't know. I don't care. I'm gonna stay true to myself. I'm gonna take Spectacular Spider-Man season 2.
Wow, that's such a good pick.
Why did? I didn't mean to take Invincible. Can we trade?
Damn, that's such a good pick. I wasn't even thinking of Spectacular Spider-Man. All right, we got comic book television. I'm gonna go with season 1 of Batman the Animated Series.
You're so corny. You're both so corny.
Sorry, you suck at drafting, bro.
Yo, why did I pick Invincible? I don't care for Invincible. Actually, no,
All right, Invincible season 2 was really good.
No,
So let's
no,
relax.
no.
Let's relax.
Invincible season 2 is good. It's not better than
Emmy
Spectacular.
nominated Sean Levy or something is in that.
All right, I know what I'm picking.
Emmy nominated is crazy.
I know what I'm picking.
I'm going with I'm staying true to myself and going with Peacemaker season 1.
I was
very curious. That was actually on my next
I think
couple.
The Boys deserves another season to be taken.
Take it, brother.
Which one?
Ooh, here's a crazy pull. Crazy pull for my animated fans. Young Justice season 1. I'm a big maybe 2. I can't remember. I'm just Googling what's the best.
Bro's just picking any season. Bro's just picking any season.
Young Justice.
That's like what George did. George did that with Batman Animated Series. I could just say Batman Animated Series season 2, and no one would know the difference. No one would know.
Chill on me, brother.
Because it's a banger show.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with season 1. I like Young Justice. I was a big fan of it.
No, it's a W. That's a W for sure.
And I watched it when I was like 20, so that's cool. George,
I'm going miscellaneous here. Give me season 3 of Danny Phantom.
Ooh, nah, come on.
No,
real comic book.
Was that a comic before? No.
Let's make it real comic.
If I don't get Avatar, you're not getting that, buddy.
Yeah,
one of them is actually a superhero show.
There's actually manga
but it's not
and comic books about
Avatar.
Avatar.
All right. Damn. God damn. Stop yelling, brothers. All right. Give me. Ooh. See, now I'm a little torn.
George, take longer.
Give me Spider-Man 2.
I'm gonna take as long as I want.
Give me that.
You know what I really like, and maybe this is a hot take. I really like season 1 of the Umbrella Academy.
That's a good pick. I like the Umbrella Academy.
I thought he was gonna say
season
1 of Moon Knight. That's what I really thought he was going for.
Certainly not taking Moon Knight.
Sammy, how are you gonna close this out, man?
No, Sammy's not closing this out. You're closing.
I don't think I'm close. Yeah. I was gonna say you're gonna close this out. I think I'm gonna have to stay true to my roots and show my unkism, and I'm gonna just go ahead and take the first season of Smallville.
Whoa, I like that.
Ooh, I was curious about that.
I grew up on it. I love it. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Smallville season 1 is great.
It's very okay.
Very okay show. Not really well acted. 1 is good. Not really well acted. Tom Welling, I like you, but not a great actor.
Michael Rosenbaum is the GOAT.
So I'm closing this out.
Yeah, dude, how are you gonna fry this draft?
So already, and I'm not accepting no for an answer. That's probably a crazy sentence. I'm really gonna take.
This
might be the most clippable episode of this podcast. Of how
we have like 20 of them. It's insane.
I'm gonna take, and I want to see if you guys can agree with this, and it counts. Season 7 of the Clone Wars.
No, we're not doing Star Wars.
They are comic books.
Okay, but let's keep it.
They were not originally comic books, though.
Yeah,
originally comic books.
We'll have to start somewhere.
I mean, Cam would have taken that.
I would have taken that. Yeah.
All right, fine.
I'm rewatching the Clone Wars.
I'm gonna take season 1 of the Penguin. Actually, Loki. I'm gonna throw in season 1 of Gotham. I like
throwing Gotham. Yeah, I was waiting for a Gotham
or whatever season
I like
has the Joker.
It's all right.
Whatever season has the Joker, I'm gonna throw that up.
Gotham all-time worst.
And then I'm gonna throw in. I want to have a crazy last pick. Comic book shows. Let's just look up some. I looked up comic.
I feel like we're missing something.
I feel like we're missing a banger. Best. Oh, what if I said? Well, I'm the last person, so it doesn't matter. You guys already picked. I might just be a cheeser and say season 1 is Spectacular.
We each have one more pick, dude.
Oh, we do? Actually,
yes.
This changes everything.
Let me log
You said I was closing it out. Who just lied to me?
Yeah, closing out like the last round.
Oh, that's
brother. You ever do a draft?
Oh yeah, because you're a snake draft, brother.
That's not fair. What you guys just did to me. Yo, we really don't have a lot of comic book shows that are bangers, huh?
There actually are.
I find it hilarious.
You really want me to take Agent Carter? I know you do.
I'm waiting for someone to take a fucking MCU show.
I'm about to.
If I say
WandaVision,
will it get me very
good?
I'm gonna throw this out just to help people out. Loki's good. Don't tell me it's not.
I'm not taking
Loki
it.
Will that give me votes though?
I'm not taking that.
You know what? Since George did Batman the animated series, I'm gonna take Justice League animated series season 1.
Marvel's Agent Carter. Marvel's Agent Carter is the 13th highest rated. No, okay, never mind. That's not true.
Agent Carter is crazy.
They rated it 13th best comic book season of all time on Rotten Tomatoes.
I literally made this video before.
What'd you take, Alex?
I took season 1 of the Justice League, the animated series.
Nice. Anyone watching the Justice League? Like,
what was my pick before? Gotham? Am I stupid or dumb? Why the hell did I take Gotham?
Anyone watching Crisis on Infinite Earths right now, like the part 1 and 2, because they're kind of ass.
Yo, Sammy laughed. He's like, "You're such a loser for that take."
No, he's not a loser. I'm gonna watch it eventually. I'm gonna watch it eventually, just not now.
They're not good.
Yeah, I haven't really liked any of the. Is it still that same universe? That still shitty universe that they're in?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh god,
Did you
it's
like
the end, right?
DCA?
Yeah, what's this new one called? Isn't it called something like the?
Yeah, it's
I don't know this one.
Like the A.
It's got hot take. Jensen Ackles plays Batman, and people wanted this for years. He sucks. Really?
Yeah, he's not great.
Bad.
Jensen Ackles. Oh wait, no, Jensen Ackles also plays Red Hood. He plays Red Hood too.
Yes, that was good. That was good. I watched a movie like the Batman Who Laughs or something, and it's just like a retelling of the Red Hood story. Awful.
It's bad. Yeah, is that the one where you pick the like?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, that one was bad. Yeah. I'm picking. So I'm looking at like 4 different ones. I don't want to give you guys any. I feel like they're all pretty much up in there. It just comes down to personal preference, and I think I'm gonna go with the first season of Spider-Man the animated series. Just gotta stay true to myself. Spider-Man Meet Rider.
Wow, oh no, okay. So
or you could have low-key went. Have you seen X-Men Wolverine and the X-Men? That's a really good X-Men show.
Yeah, I don't think I can pick it over Spider-Man. I'm gonna
all right, George.
You know what? I'll be the one to do it. You know, I'll take Loki, and I'm gonna take.
Ooh.
I think they're so close in like quality of seasons, which may be a hot take, but I'll take season 2.
Really? I think season 1's better. But that makes me feel better because now I can take a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which again I'm just gonna Google best.
The Ghost Rider one.
The Ghost Rider one was kind of crazy back in the day.
The Ghost Rider one was kind of cool.
Did you guys actually watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like I never saw.
I watched it. I watched it back in the day.
I watched it right after.
Didn't they have an Eternal subplot or Inhumans?
Yes, Inhumans.
Yeah.
No, because it tied. No, because it wasn't tied into it. It had its own show. It had its own show. Inhumans did, and it was really bad.
Are we missing a really big one that we haven't said yet?
I feel like we are. We'll find out.
Season 4 is what I'm taking.
Luke Cage season 1.
I think people like WandaVision. People don't like.
I like Jessica Jones.
Are we? Is that the draft?
Yeah,
that's the draft. Alex took Daredevil season 3, The Boys season 3, Invincible season 2, Gotham season 1, and Justice League season 1. Sammy took Heroes season 1, Daredevil season 1, The Spectacular Spider-Man season 2, Smallville season 1, and Spider-Man the Animated Series season 1. George, myself, Movies and Stuff 14. Follow me on TikTok. Took Watchmen. X-Men.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, shameless plug, Mid Pod. X-Men 97.
This guy's got
Batman.
a big on him.
Yo, that's actually so like crazy that you just
Batman the animated series season 1, The Umbrella Academy season 1, and Loki season 2. And then Cam took Invincible season 1, Arrow season 2, Peacemaker, Young Justice season 1, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4.
I could have taken
like
you guys.
I won this by like
I think I'm winning.
I want to buy Miles. I want to buy Miles.
When this draft drops on Wednesday,
not gonna lie, only one The Boys season might win, Alex.
A little, yeah.
None of you like. I respect that. Like a lot of it, we didn't like overlap. Like besides the Daredevil thing, like none of us.
I mean,
overlap.
Daredevil season 3 and
Which, like, honestly, like if I was
to
to overlap, Daredevil season 1 and 3 are like beyond immense.
Yeah,
I'm honestly surprised no one took Punisher. I think season
that's
1
what that was one of the 4. I was going between Loki, Spider-Man. What was the other one? I had a list. Punisher, Loki. Actually, do you guys like My Adventures with Superman? I actually kind of like that show.
I watched like 4 episodes.
Isn't that the one where Jack Quaid plays Superman?
Yeah.
The show's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of y'all took The Boys season 2. That's like a really great season of television.
And then one of the seasons of The
Boys season 2 is very good.
Can I say? Can we get back to The Boys? And this is not saying the latter seasons are bad, but The Boys is like maybe one of the only shows that I've watched where every season is worse than the previous. If I were to rank The Boys seasons, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, 3.
I think 3 is the best.
I think 3 is the best.
I still think 1 is the best.
I think it's 3, 2, 1, 4.
Or 3 or 2 is by far the best.
I think it's 3, 2, 1, 4.
I think 3 and 1 is where I'm kind of at too.
Interesting.
That's
interesting.
Yeah.
So I just
for me,
I think it's like
1,
3, 2, 1,
4.
4. Yeah, I think it's like
Okay.
Now,
I do remember.
Hear me out. The Transformers the Clone Wars, I think it's better each season, 1 through 7.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Transformers gets better too as we go up, so we have 1 which what are we doing? We take a little.
All right.
Order. 3 becomes
okay. Now we talk. All right, now let's lock in for the next hour of this pod. The Acolyte.
Okay.
Yes. Welcome to the Acolyte. Amanda Stenberg.
All right, we're gonna wrap up this episode.
Don't bully actors on.
I see Transformers 1 tomorrow, boys. Think about that. 2 thoroughly. George won't be with me, which is sad, but he's gonna be doing it on his own. We're gonna reconvene for a pod episode about Transformers 1 right after it happens.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
All right, Sammy, Alex, we, as always, appreciate you gentlemen joining us. And again, we said this after our X-Men episode. I'm confident we will do way more of these down the line, more of these nerd chats that, Cam and I love doing that. Sometimes we don't get the opportunity to go this in depth on our main episodes. So we will definitely see you guys again for something down the line. That'll wrap up ReelQuick episode 164. As always, Stefan Niebrick, Stefan Johnson, we appreciate you guys as the executive directors. This episode today is Wednesday when it is dropping. So everyone, we will be dropping a draft tomorrow. And then for our patrons, dropping on Friday, we have an exclusive review of Billy Wilder's The Apartment, which I believe will just be Seth and Tyler, but that'll be up for you guys. Everyone else, we will see you on Monday for ReelTok episode, I believe, 99.
Group kiss. Everyone get in there. Come on, do it.
Yo.